From Fitton Field on the campus of the College of Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts, Charter TV3 presents live coverage of Central Mass College football. This afternoon, two New England rivals square off as the Yale Bulldogs visit the Holy Cross Crusaders. It's college football on Charter TV3. Hello, everyone. Welcome down to the field. Kevin Shea alongside of Andy Lacombe. Holy Cross comes in 0-2 for Yale. It's their first game of the season. Depends on who you talk to as to who has the advantage. We do know this should be a real competitive game.
Absolutely, and who does have the advantage? Holy Cross has played 2 games. They've been able to get some of the kinks out over those 2 games. Yale will make first game mistakes. Even though they don't want to, they probably will. New offensive look perhaps at Yale that Holy Cross hasn't seen yet. No film on them. So who has the advantage? Again, anybody's guess.
Well, the Crusaders are at Fitton Field for the first time this season and looking for their first victory of the season. It's Holy Cross and the defending Ivy League champion Yale Bulldogs. We're back with the opening kickoff right after this.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I don't need to drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
Accidents involving distracted driving injured over 400,000 Americans last year. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car or motorcycle accident, before you call your insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Our attorneys have helped tens of thousands of clients receive millions of dollars in settlements for over 50 years. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless you do.
Hi, I'm Mike Demers, General Sales Manager here at Bertera Nissan in Auburn. We'll give you the best price and leave you happy every single time.
Our local team is ready to provide you with an unparalleled customer experience.
Save $6,000 off MSRP on a brand new 2018 Nissan Rogue Model S.
I want to invite you to come down and experience the #1 Nissan dealership for sales, service, and parts in Central New England.
Bertera Nissan, Route 20, Auburn, Massachusetts.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Welcome back, everyone, to Fitton Field. Kevin Shea alongside of Andy Lacombe. Want to bring in the third member of our broadcast crew, Brenna Wilson, who is with us down at field level. Brenna?
Yeah, Bob Chesney was named the head coach of Holy Cross back in December, and since then he's been active in creating a good team environment for the players here. Both the players and coaches have been supporting not only the other Holy Cross teams, but the Mass Pirates, and maybe taking a day or two to go out to do a cookout or to go to the beach, and it looks like they're pretty excited to be out here for their home opener today.
Is such a big part of any team, and particularly a football team, and I know it is something that Bob Chesney places a big emphasis on. I know it's something that his counterpart Tony Reno places a big emphasis on as well, but those team outings and getting together as an entire team and coaching staff. This is for the most part, it's a brand new coaching staff, and so the best way to get to know people and get to know each other is off the field.
I think he's excited about being home, as Brenna said. You have 2 games, Colgate, one of the top teams in the Patriot League on the road, then Boston College and all that surrounds it in playing an FCS school. Now you get back into it again, and you're playing a team, a very good team, and a team that's favored by all the experts out there in Yale. But you get back home and you try to restart and see where you go from here.
Well, Bob Chesney, a lot of optimism around his being named the head coach at Holy Cross, and for good reason. You look what he did at Salve Regina and Assumption. He has known nothing but success. Tony Reno, another guy that has known nothing but success as a player at Worcester State, as a defensive coordinator at Worcester State, and here's the head coach at Yale. He led the Bulldogs to their first outright Ivy League title in 37 years a year ago. Tony Reno is excited about coming back home Yale has won 14 of the last 15
and they've never lost
this rivalry.
Never lost on this field. So a lot of things could change here if Holy Cross is going to have a big day.
Opening kickoff, Yale will receive Melvin Rouse at his goal line, and he's going to have to take it out. And he's still on his feet, breaks a few tackles. He's got some room to run. He's through a lane, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone. Kicker's dumped, and Rouse could go the distance. Melvin Rouse takes the opening kickoff 100 yards back for the touchdown. And Yale has started the 2018 season with a bang.
And they are cheering in North Carolina, where Melvin's family is from. They're battling through the hurricane conditions down there right now. And shout out to them. Their young man just took it back to the house. It was an inauspicious start. He almost looked like he was going to take a knee. And then he realized where he was. And maybe that little hesitation forced some guys to overcommit. And Melvin Rouse, big start for him.
Well, they're cheering in Sturbridge as well. Tony Reno commutes from Sturbridge to New Haven every day. He has stayed here in Central Mass, grew up in Oxford, had great coaches and great mentors. John Dildorian coached him at Oxford. Brian Cullen was his head coach and a mentor at Worcester State.
I had it, Kev, in my notes to give a shout out to Melvin Rouse and Noah Aaron's family. They're in North Carolina, both North Carolina natives. And, of course, Hurricane Florence moving through that region. Both families doing all right, but you know, of course, the folks in North Carolina and that region could use all the help they can get with this massive storm. And Melvin just made the job easy for me.
And hopefully they still have power so they can at least
watch this on the internet or watch this on the replay if they can. But big start.
I talked to one of my childhood friends, Rich Callanan, who's down there just at the Holy Cross parking garage. And he's a little bit further inland in North Carolina. And fortunately, where he is right now, it's just rain. But it's moving so slow.
Alex Galland, one of the best kickers in the Ivy League, set to boot it away and flags fly.
He's a member of the band as well, too, so a lot of times he'll go out with the Yale band, play the national anthem, and then just walk over, put his helmet on, and get ready to play.
73, 5-yard penalty, try.
Our referee is Jeff Pumphrey, and that's the first penalty of the game. Pushes Yale back 5 yards for the try. That's pretty incredible. You know, you a Renaissance man from Yale. And Tony Reno talked about it this week with us. They recruit guys who love football, and that's a big priority.
And the kick is up and through. Another flag flies. Well, and we're going to take a look at this replay first about Rouse. And, again, it's where he is. He's like, okay, well, I'm on the goal line, half step in the end zone. I got to take it out.
Yeah, credit to Rouse because he thought about putting the knee down. That would have been a disaster. And then he just put some moves on. And off he went. Got a great block on the kicker. Not a shot there really for the kicker out there when you got, you know, the big fella Trenton Charles going after you and taking you out. So, and look at that little extra move. Melvin Rouse.
Good vision.
With the big start. And Tony Reno talked about recruiting guys who love football first. I mean, you go to Yale for any number of reasons and Holy Cross for any number of reasons. Football is chief among them if you're going to play on the football team. But, I mean, obviously there's the academic component too. And they want to make sure you love the game and are going to enjoy the game. And Melvin Rouse is enjoying the game. Another block there on right towards the tail end by Quinn Dawson, a tight end.
Yeah, Bob Chesney not happy about something on that return. Probably saw something that he thought was a hold or a block in the back. Didn't like it, but call stands. Rouse goes 100 yards. The other thing that Yale has made a priority, too, in Tony Reno is character. They recruit character guys and they recruit athletic guys. They want athletes. Not just a guy that can lift a ton or not just a guy that can run a 4.3 40, but only in a straight line. They want athletes and they want men of high character. And now Holy Cross looking to answer. John Roberts. Roberts tripped up shy of the 20-yard line at the 18-yard line. So 2 good special teams plays by Yale on the kick return and the kickoff as well. And we'll get our first look at the Holy Cross offense.
And the first look at who is under center when they come out.
Clifford.
It's Emmett Clifford.
Emmett Clifford will be the starter. We expect to see both Clifford and Jeff Wade today.
Clifford's numbers hasn't thrown all that often in 2 games, 20 of 34 in the games against Colgate and Boston College.
Clifford on the keeper. Clifford's dropped for a loss. A loss of 2 on the play. A good stop there on the defensive line. Spencer Mathai.
Yeah, Mathai, he does a great job in there, penetration. Clifford is not a run-first quarterback. He's got the option, but he's a guy they'd much rather see throwing the football.
And a man in motion for Holy Cross. Clifford's going to throw just a quick hitter out to the side to Cozier. He's got a lot of room to run. Cozier's got a first down and more. And he's bumped down at the 37-yard line. Well-executed play, and that is something Holy Cross wanted to do a lot of with Clifford. Short, quick throws.
Yeah, and Cozier is your best offensive weapon over the first couple of weeks. And he is a guy that can really get upfield once he's in space. And he shows it early on.
Look at Cozier. Yeah, it's smart. It's just a smart play. High percentage ball, and that's what they want. Emmett Clifford, you're going to see 3-step drops. You're going to see, quick throws where they try to run away from coverage.
All right, up front for Holy Cross, Brian Foley, Brett Body, Jack Bowler, Rory Costello, Jackson Dennis, the offensive line. Cozier, the featured back. Derek Mountain, the tight end. Blaze Bell, Richie D. Nicola, and Martin Dorsey among the guys you'll see in the receiving corps.
Max Durrell, too, backup center. He missed the first 2 games with injury for Holy Cross. He's healthy, and we should see him as well today. Quick hitter underneath. It's intercepted. It hit Blaze Bell. It bounced off his shoulder pads, and it was picked off by John Dean. Dean getting the pick, and this is a homecoming for Dean. He played his high school football at Xaverian.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and it's just Johnny on the spot for John Dean. Good hands play, a little tip drill action. Credit the defender for getting his hand in on the receiver, and it pops out to Dean. Trying a little quick hitter, a little quick post, and a nice job by Yale. And, man, this is a disastrous start for the home team.
Now you see Kurt Rawlings, the quarterback. He was all-league a year ago. Zane Dudek and this is not the tailback, it's actually Alan Lamar.
Yeah, and so they describe Dudek as 1 and 1A with Lamar and Dudek. Both are all Ivy guys. Lamar missed last season.
Lamar gets the call straight up the gut.
Oh boy.
Lamar's to the secondary. It's a foot race to the end zone. Lamar will go in for the touchdown. Yale is hitting on all cylinders, offense, defense, and special teams. And the Bulldogs have struck again.
And it is blocked up so well up front. Alan Lamar got hurt in the preseason scrimmage on Labor Day weekend last year. Missed the entire year. He was an All-Ivy guy returning from a freshman year. He was an All-American candidate coming back as a freshman. And he starts his campaign here in 2018 with a flourish.
Swinging gate formation as Yale lines up for a 2-point conversion. Now they go back into the traditional point after set. You said it was a disastrous start for Holy Cross, and it just went from bad to worse.
I mean,
they've run 1 play from scrimmage, and they're up 14-0.
There's a delay of game against Yale. So they get another penalty on special teams. That's the only thing going against the Bulldogs right now. But for those people that watched the Boston College game last week, this is even a more ferocious start against Holy Cross than BC had last week. There's 2 touchdowns on the board inside of 2 minutes.
Galland, point after, is up and through. Plenty of leg from Galland. And Yale out to a quick 14-0 lead.
Wow, that is so well blocked up on the right side of the line, and that's the younger side of the line experience-wise for Yale. They got experience on the left side, but Lamar makes it hurt. The Bulldogs on top early.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
With the tremendous growth of life sciences both globally and locally, we've dedicated our resources to build a strong, knowledgeable, and responsive team to meet the insurance and risk management needs of this dynamic industry.
Our personal lines team will make sure your home, your car, your personal belongings, and most importantly, your family are protected.
The Sullivan Group has the resources, the carriers, and the coverage to protect you and your business.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
All right, I want you to look at the touchdown. 42 yards for Lamar, but look at Jack Tribble, the right guard, 73. And inside of him, the center, Steven Sapelia, they open it up big time. And Lamar, 42 yards on his first touch from scrimmage. 14-0, Yale.
Wow. They had 70 guys stay up over the summer, Yale did. And Tony Reno said they grew physically, they grew in their mobility, and then the camaraderie aspect was so big as well. And now it's John Roberts. Roberts gets over the 20 out to the 21-yard line, and that's where the Holy Cross offense will begin.
All right, so, coaches talk about rebiting, if you will. Things go against you. All right, let's start out. Let's dig in. Let's start again. And there's still almost an entire football game left. Now you've spotted Yale 14 points, which the people in Las Vegas probably appreciate. But this is a situation where there's a lot of football left, and you can now come back in, try to establish yourself. You get a drive going here, and you're right back in the football game.
Yeah, and they got on that last play what they wanted. Blaze Bell's a big receiver. He's a physical receiver, and try to get him inside. One of the keys to this game is to see how the Holy Cross receivers get off the line. They'll keep it on the ground. Cozier.
Defensively for Yale, and they're a little dinged up in spots, but the captain of the team is Nicholas Crowell, the defensive tackle there, number 91. Spencer Mathai has already made a play up front. John Dean's made a play, a pick in the middle of that defense. Jordan Carey there as well. And, that defense, the secondary is the question mark. They're the youngest part of this defense in terms of experience-wise. Lost some guys to graduation.
Miles Alexander, second carry in a row, and he's dropped for a loss on the play. That Yale defense just flowing to the football. And while they don't have a ton of experience, maybe in terms of starting games, these Yale players do have a lot of game experience. They were package guys. A lot of guys were in 10 to 20 plays a game last year in certain packages.
Yeah.
So they've been there. They just haven't been the starters.
You just got a good look at Ryan Burke, one of those guys, and he came in and made a nice play. Gets a break. 3rd and long.
5 wide receivers set. Here they come. Little slip screen underneath. And it's Blaze Bell breaks a tackle. Bell has a first down. And he's out to the 39-yard line. Well-executed screen from Holy Cross.
And that's the screen that Holy Cross really made famous in the 80s and 90s, and they're going to induct another into the Ring of Honor today in Rob Mcgovern, who played in that era, and this was that little slip screen, a receiver screen that made so much havoc for opposing defenses. It does its job here.
Alexander runs into the waiting arms of the defensive line.
But, in terms of the mix here, Bob Chesney wants to run the football. And they've had some success running. They ran it okay against Colgate and, late against Boston College. Although that's kind of a tougher scale to measure. They want to run the football, and I think they're going to commit to it a little bit more than they have in the past.
Sampleton on the stop for Yale. Yale shows blitz. Bulldogs are coming. High snap. Clifford does well just to fall on the football, but it's another loss on the play for Holy Cross.
Yeah, sack for Sean Kissel. Gets an easy one there, just can fall on it. The Yale guys kind of padding some numbers early on here, and Holy Cross needs to hit a big play here to keep this drive alive and really just to wrestle some momentum away in the early going. Giving Yale the ball back here
Yale's playing off. The defensive backs are way off. 10 yards deep. The safeties are 15 and 20 yards deep, so they're just going to play an umbrella set right here and give up the underneath stuff.
And there's not a lot of play calls for 3rd and 18.
Clifford with some time, rolls to his right, fires. It is complete. And down to the 41-yard line where forward progress is given. Tenio Ieni, the sophomore, on the reception. He's someone that Bob Chesney said we need to get the ball to Tenio Ieni because he is a good, exciting receiver and can make some things happen.
Yeah, really made his way as a freshman last year. Caught a Hail Mary pass for his first ever touchdown from Peter Pujols in a game. Got a little bit of that yardage back. It's big for field position if Holy Cross can execute the punt.
Derek Ing is your punter. And Rouse calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 25-yard line.
How about the freshman punter in Ing? He kind of took the spot away from the starter at that position. He's the place kicker and the punter. Not unusual at Holy Cross.
No, coming to Holy Cross from Las Vegas. And he was courted by some big schools. Arizona State and Oregon wanted him as a preferred walk-on. Here's Kurt Rawlings and his numbers. Last year, an all Ivy League performer. He started as a freshman for the Yale Bulldogs. Not right off the hop because of the academic load. They wanted him to be able to get used to things. Little shake and bake from Rouse, and Rouse has a first down.
Now, Rouse has that little jitterbug thing going right now. He just kind of making moves to make people miss. And he got out of the way of Corey Stefanik over there on that far side.
Stefanik played for Dave Dykman at Cheshire Academy. In a prep year, Dave Dykman was a manager here under Dan Allen with the football program for his 4 years as an undergrad at Holy Cross and a former Worcester Academy coach as well. They go deep over the middle, and it is incomplete on a straight tear route. The wide receiver was there. It's Reed Klubnik.
Yeah, the wide receiver position's a little bit on the injury tip right now. There's Jayjay Holland for Yale out of Tantascwa Regional, Sturbridge, Massachusetts, and he is a big, big dude, man. Seeing him this week. I thought he had grown. He told me no. I must have just shrunk.
6'6", 252, and he has worked real hard in the weight room. And here's the screen. Klubnik's got a first down and more across midfield and into Holy Cross territory, down to the 44-yard line.
All right, Sterling Strother, Cameron Warfield, they're guys that have played up front there on the left side. Lucas Tribble, Jack Lee. They had some big blocks early on. Zane Dudek, Jayjay Holland, JP Shofi, Jamal Locke, Reed Klubnik, among the guys you'll see in that receiving core. And you saw Rawlings, who had 300 yards passing against Holy Cross last year in a win that was the loss for Holy Cross. That was Coach Tom Gilmore's final game with the Crusaders.
Howland's a big target there at the tight end, and they keep going to the wide receivers. Well defended. Good job closing on the play by Damian Baker, and he knocked it free.
Yeah, Baker doing a nice job to jar that loose. Up front, Mark Ebo, Jake McCardle, Neil Vorster, Teddy Kapsis for Holy Cross. Pretty good experience up front for the Crusaders. Ryan Brady is an All-American candidate linebacker. Cullen Honahan, Baker, Stefanik, Lang, Riley, and Hicks. Young Joe Lang among the leading tacklers for Holy Cross in the early going.
Well, Holy Cross uses a lot of personnel on both sides of the ball, on offense and defense. Yale defensively is going to rotate a lot of guys in, particularly on the D-line. Tony Reno said you'll see 9 guys playing on the defensive line, and especially in a humid day like this is where your depth is tested. Rawlings to throw, under pressure, going deep, and he overshoots the intended receiver.
That was Howland.
It was Howland. So a 6'6" tight end running like that down the sideline. That's a weapon. That's good coverage that time by Chris Riley, who has been battling shoulder injuries since he was in high school.
Yeah, Chris Riley is one tough individual. There's JJ. He's big.
You look at his lower body. His legs are NFL legs.
He really put on some weight, put on some muscle. Credited the Yale strength and conditioning coaches for the work there. Also credited his high school coach, Joe Beveridge at Tantascwa,
one of our
for getting him into football. He was a hooper for the most part with the Warriors.
Rawlings steps up in the pocket. He's going to run. Rawlings has a first down, and Rawlings runs out of bounds at the 27-yard line. So he keeps the chains moving. Tom Newman, the strength coach at Yale, the guys in the industry have a lot of respect for him. He's done a great job since coming over there. He was the first full-time football strength coach in Ivy League history, and he's done a lot of work with Dom Reno, Tony's brother, who is the strength coach at Purdue University. So they've collaborated and
Dom
worked
Reno,
together.
A former Oxford High quarterback.
Yep.
And he was like a bowling ball when he was a quarterback. He was like a linebacker playing QB for the Pirates.
Dom was the strength coach with the New York Giants as well for a time. The Renos with great Central Mass football roots. Holy Cross, Ryan Brady makes the stop, the leading tackler for the Crusaders.
He's just so reliable, Kev, in the middle of the football field. Brady's always around the ball, and you know he's got to be around the ball a lot more this year. Came into the game with 29 tackles, already has a couple in the early going.
You think about 15 tackles a game. That's what he has in the first 2 games. It's absolutely
You're going to put up some huge numbers. Man, we had Nick Macbeth, who was doing similar work with him out there, and now he's the guy.
Here comes Holy Cross on the blitz. Beautiful blitz. And the hit as Rawlings could not get the ball off. Joe Lang came on the blitz, and the sophomore got to Rawlings and really delivered a blow. And that's the kind of defense that we've come to expect watching Bob Chesney at Assumption over the last couple years.
Yeah, that's a pretty good little blitz from the weak side linebacker or the safety in the Bob Chesney, depends on what you call it, the dog backer or the monster, you know, any kind of terminology, and that's what Lang was playing there. He came in. His safeties coach, Matt Colangelo's got to be happy with that effort early on.
Matt Colangelo was a former intern for Tony Reno at Yale. So you have so many intertwined relationships in this game. And Tony Reno speaking very highly of Matt Colangelo on the phone earlier this week. Said he's a great kid, he's a great football guy, and he's so happy for him that he's here with Bob Chesney at Holy Cross. Was it Villanova?
And he played, I think he overlapped a year as a linebacker for Assumption College. He was a Corey Bailey guy, and then Bob Chesney came in. He played with Matt Pedoni and a lot of the great local goons.
One of the all-time great characters, Matt Pedoni.
Now, there was a review on that play of the pass, whether it was complete or not, Kev. New in the Patriot League this year, there's a review. Review on close plays, which can be initiated by the officials. Coaches have a challenge a half, and if they win one, just like in the NFL, they get another one. And then scoring plays and turnovers also reviewed, if need be, by officials to our right, a few boxes over here at Fitton Field.
Kurt Rawlings described as a great leader by his head coach. He said, these guys, if you said we're going to stand on 290 at rush hour, he said the entire team would get behind him and stand on 290. They will run through a wall for this guy. And a quick hitter out to the side will not pick up the first down. It'll be decision time for Yale. It'll bring up 4th down and 5 from the 23-yard line.
Now they're going to bring the kicker out, and Alex Galland, and
should be a 40-yard kick.
He's got this kind of range, but you know, in talking to the folks at Yale, they don't attempt that many long ones. But look at this. Is he out there? He's out there. The kicker is out there, right?
Yeah. But see, the center has it now. He puts his hand on the ball.
They're
and
going
they
to
snap it. And he's going to throw it over the middle for Howland. Touchdown, Yale. Jayjay Holland, the local boy, with a happy homecoming as he hauls in the touchdown pass. And the Bulldogs have struck again.
And there's a group of people at midfield on their feet. Jayjay Holland fans, and wow. That's, you know, the guys at Yale were like, yeah, we don't kick a lot of long field goals. They brought the kicker out. They showed they were going to do this gate thing like they've done on all the extra points. And then they hit it with a trick play.
And Howland's 6'6", and with that kind of speed, he's got Rob Gronkowski's side. Gronk's 6'6", 260. Howland's 6'6", 250 something. I mean, you're talking about Rob Gronkowski, and look at the speed on him.
Yeah.
You just hang it up, and that's what they did right there. Galan just hung it up. Howland hauls it in. He's got his first touchdown reception. Yale's up 21-0.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I don't need to drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody? For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
Accidents involving distracted driving injured over 400,000 Americans last year. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car or motorcycle accident, before you call your insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia. Our attorneys have helped tens of thousands of clients receive millions of dollars in settlements for over 50 years. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless you do.
Hi, I'm Mike Demers, General Sales Manager here at Bertera Nissan in Auburn. We'll give you the best price and leave you happy every single time.
Our local team is ready to provide you with an unparalleled customer experience.
Save $6,000 off MSRP on a brand new 2018 Nissan Rogue Model S.
I want to invite you to come down and experience the #1 Nissan dealership for sales, service, and parts in Central New England.
Bertera Nissan, Route 20, Auburn, Massachusetts.
All right, here's a look. Jayjay Holland is lined up right in the middle next to the center. It's Patrick Coney, the backup quarterback, lifting it over the top. Now, Holy Cross had it covered up, but Holland just goes right by. Little bit of move at the line. Nice little touch pass from Conti. Jayjay Holland is in the record books with a touchdown.
He is, you know, Jayjay Holland was on the scout team last year as a freshman, and Foyce DeLucan, who is expected to start for the Atlanta Falcons this weekend as a linebacker, he said to Tony Reno at the end of the year, the toughest guy I had to cover all year long, any game we played, was Jayjay Holland in practice. He's the toughest guy I went up against all season.
Yeah.
So they kind of had an inkling, and he was behind a tight end, Jayjay Holland, a tight end that got drafted as well. Or as a free agent signed with Atlanta, Jaden Graham.
Right.
So he's playing behind an NFL guy, playing against an NFL guy.
100%, by the way, for you, nailing the Foyce name. Wow. I mean,
I would not have taken the. I
you
would
are
have not have taken that bet.
not known to hit the pronunciations.
No, I carry on the Shea and the Massachusetts tradition of butchering names.
Yeah, and you know they have another good tight end there in D. Major Roman as well. So they have some talent at that position. Does Yale?
Here's on the run. It's Wade, flips it out, and it is complete. So Holy Cross switching things up, quarterback wise. Jeff Wade and Brenna Wilson's with us down on the sideline. Brenna?
Yeah, after the first two touchdowns, the team was still trying to get everybody up. They didn't seem down yet, but after that last one, things kind of seemed a little deflated over here on the sideline.
Okay, thank you, Brenna. One of the things that Bob Chesney has preached, and one of the hallmarks of a Bob Chesney coach team, is that enthusiasm, that unbridled enthusiasm, and remaining positive, especially in the tough times, and see who's going to rise and who's going to stay in it. And, you know, you and I talked about it last week against Boston College. They got beat up pretty good, but they never hung their heads.
No, they didn't.
They were right there.
They were in it. You know, you could see on the punt block and the Gilliam touchdown at the end just how fired up they were.
Jeff Wade played his high school ball at Belmont Hill, and he hands it off. Dom Cozier. Cozier's got a first down and spins across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Really like Cozier, the Millis guy, and you know, can really churn the legs. And I like going to the run. You're down 21-0, still out of time. Try to establish something.
Here's Cozier again on the right side, and he picks up a couple as now Holy Cross hurrying up and trying to go with that tempo offense as they look for a spark. And maybe it's Jeff Wade coming off the bench.
Hey, Wade had a couple of 300-yard performances in relief of Peter Pujols a couple of years ago. Of course, had the big win, I believe it was against Harvard here, right, at home.
Yes.
Jeff Wade as the quarterback.
And in that game, they ran the ball very well.
Yeah.
Holy Cross did. Takes a lot of pressure off the QB. Wade with some time. Wade going deep and unloads it too deep. It was intended for Blaze Bell, one of the co-captains, along with Ryan Brady.
Covered up really well back there by the Yale secondary, and really Wade went through all his progressions, didn't find a man, and just threw that one for the sideline. It was, the pocket was starting to collapse a little bit on him, and Wade's he's not quite a runner, and it's just a little bit different for Holy Cross at the quarterback position. You had Peter Pujols, who wasn't a run-first guy, but man, could he run. And it was that kind of a threat. Not quite the same at the moment.
Let's see what Holy Cross does. Press coverage at the top and bottom. Wade has time again. Fires over the middle. Has a man, Tenio Ieni, and it is caught. A wrestling match. Ieni comes down with it, and he's deep into Yale territory down to the 30-yard line, the deepest that the Holy Cross offense has moved today.
Yeah, and Ieni, again, good protection, plenty of time. Wade takes a really deep drop and just swings this one in there. He's got a pretty good arm. Is Jeff Wade, and Tenio Ieni. Good, strong play. Dude's a sophomore. He's a good player.
Yale defensive back shaken up on the play, but Tenio Ieni, as we mentioned, is a guy that Bob Chesney said we've got to get the ball into his hands because he's a playmaker and he's got speed, he's got elusiveness, and he can do some things for us. The injured player for Yale is Jordan Carey, the linebacker. Carey, one of the real active linebackers, just a sophomore, and most of these linebackers are for Yale, but Carey's one of the real active guys for them.
Yeah, nice tackle. And earlier in the quarter, you hate to see any kind of injury. Yale came in, they kind of dinged up. I mean, they come in, they handed me their roster sheet, and looked like 40% of the guys' names were scratched off. They didn't travel that many guys here to Worcester. When we caught up with them earlier this week, there were thunderstorms in the forecast in New Haven, and Yale was in a soccer facility practicing in an indoor turf. But Tony Reno, talks about a culture, and there is such positivity in his practices. He is going through and he's high-fiving every guy in there and, getting everybody psyched up. As they come through the door of this facility, he's greeting them, he's hollering at them. There is such enthusiasm in that head coach, and it goes all the way through the staff. And they have an outstanding group down there, and right now they tend to one of their linebackers, and he's going to bounce up, so hopefully he'll be all right.
Well, one of the biggest things that Tony Reno said that he had to do when he took over as the head coach of Yale was to change the culture. He said this is a proud football franchise, but it had fallen into disarray, both on and off the field. He said we had a lot of problems on and off the field, and we had to turn the culture around. And he is really happy with the way everyone is right now and how everyone's in the same boat and everyone's rowing the oars the same way. So Jeff Wade coming off the bench for Holy Cross. He's moved the Crusaders offense down to the Yale 30. Miles Alexander is with him in the backfield. It's Alexander on the run pass option. Alexander's got some space. Alexander, the end zone, touchdown, Holy Cross. And the Crusaders are on the board, and they do it on the ground. A 30-yard run from Miles Alexander. And how about the blocking? He wasn't touched.
Yeah, it looked pretty good all the way through. And you know what? Jeff Wade, credit him a little bit. He really hung on to the ball a long time, making that defense wonder if the quarterback was going to pull it back. He gave it to Alexander at the very last minute, and off he went.
The freshman, Derek Ing, on. And Ing puts the point after, up and through. 3:46 to play in the first quarter. Holy Cross and Miles Alexander on the board. The Crusaders trail at 21-7.
Holy Cross football is back in Worcester. Don't miss family fun and Division I football right in your backyard. Tickets start at just $15. Visit goholycross.com/tickets or call 1-844-GO-CROSS.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. all to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
All right, here you look. Watch Jeff Wade. He's got holding it. Then he just kind of lets it go. But it got the defensive end in a little bit on Miles Alexander and got Miles to the outside. Then he just does it with his speed on the outside. You have to have exterior blocking when you're running outside, so you need a guy like on a receiving core, and Tenny Oyeni with a huge block there. Blaze Bell downfield further. Miles Alexander in, and that's a positive development for this Holy Cross offense. Have to put one in the end zone. They do it well there. Jeff Wade probably going to be your guy under center for a little while now. Both guys we're going to have to see time in the game. This is not something that was unexpected, but you needed a change of pace. He provides it, at least gets the spark, and like you said, Kev, you ride the hot hand. And maybe he's hot right now. But the defense, it's on them to get him the ball back.
Yeah, it lifts up your whole sideline, and it's on the special teams right now. Melvin Rouse in his first kickoff reception, kick return, took it 100 yards on the opening kickoff. So Holy Cross, I'm sure, was told a number of times about staying in your lane, not collapsing to the football. And we'll see. Rouse stands at his end zone. And it's an onside kick, and it is received by Holy Cross. Crusaders onside kick, and it is hauled in by Grant Holloman. Now, Holy Cross said, expect us to do some things. Onside kicks, some fake punts. We've got to generate our own momentum.
They said it to you in your secret meeting.
That's true.
They didn't put it out there.
No, you wouldn't.
But you have to do things like this. You know, when you know you're essentially an underdog, or at least on paper, you have to make plays like this to get extra possessions, to keep the ball out of Yale's hands. And now you get your offense right back out on the field. That's a perfectly executed kick.
Oh, it was a perfect kick. And then Holloman just streaking down the field, good concentration to haul it in. And all of a sudden, this is a brand new football game. You know, you were down 21-0. And it seemed like anything that could go wrong was going wrong. Now you get the touchdown.
Timeout, Holy Cross.
Holy Cross wants a timeout.
College football on Charter TV3 brought to you by Unibank, by the Sullivan Group, Poochie's Fine Jewelry, and Milford Federal.
All right, so we'll see what Holy Cross dials up, but here is a great opportunity for the Crusaders. You're down by 2 touchdowns. You just scored. You get your offense right back out on the field. It's a hot day, and again, it's the first game of the year for Yale, and, you know, you can do a lot of things in practice. One thing you can't duplicate is the intensity of a game and the speed of a game, and when you're hitting for real, it's a little different. It's almost like a boxer sparring versus the real fight. You can spar all you want. It's still not the same as getting in there with the bright lights when the other guy is really trying to knock you out. And now you could see some guys start to feel it a little bit here. It's been a long first quarter.
You try to remember about 50% of what you were taught.
Here's
situation.
Wade, shake and bake, makes a man miss. Jeff Wade, the running Wade with a first down. 11 yards on the pickup for Jeff Wade.
There you go. I mean, Wade right back on the ball. Here's tempo from Holy Cross.
And they hand it off this time. Cozier to the edge. Cozier gets inside the 30. And he's going to be close to another Holy Cross first down. 8 yards on the play, and the offense is rolling right now.
Yeah, I think they try now. Now I think they're going to huddle him here. Well, a quick meeting at the line, and then right back on the line.
Jeff Wade's a veteran. He knows this offense well, even though it's slightly different. Wade on the keeper. Wade's got a first down. Jeff Wade right now is leading by example. He is taking this team and saying, get on my back, guys. And when you get a quarterback that's going to run between the tackles, he's going to fire up that O-line.
It's a good read because John Dean was coming on a run blitz and would have taken the running back out. Good read by Wade there.
Cozier slips through the wash at the line of scrimmage. and he's inside the 20, down to the 18, and the emotion right now is squarely on the sideline of the purple and white.
I like how Cozier moves.
I don't know how he got through the wash.
The junior, I think he just slipped through the wash. He used his size as an advantage there.
2nd down and 2. It's Cozier again. Foot race to the corner. He'll win that. Inside the 10 and the 5. Stretches for the end zone. He's down to the 1-yard line. Dom Cozier with another big run.
Wow. This is just speed, and you have a defensive end who has to try to run him down. Not going to happen. Tenioyeni again, a good block sealing out on the outside. Love the effort from Cozier. Now Cozier is down. Cozier is down. They're going to bring the medical staff out as he just sells out completely.
Wow.
He's out. He's short.
Yep.
But Cozier is on the turf, and he might have just maybe he got the wind knocked out of him as he hyperextends to go to the end zone, but that's what you hope.
Yeah, you hope that that's exactly what it is, just the wind knocked out of him. He's literally inches from the goal line. And what stinks for Holy Cross, twofold. Obviously, you don't want to see anyone get injured, but you were rolling with the momentum was all yours, and you knew they were going to get right up on the ball, snap it within 5 seconds, and just get the push they need, plow into the end zone, you're down by a touchdown.
Yeah.
You don't want to give Yale a chance to catch their breath because you have their defense on their heels.
Tremendous speed in the offense, and you don't want to lose Dom Cozier. He's their best offensive weapon at the moment.
Yeah.
As a runner and a pass catcher. He's got a smile on his face, so we'll see.
That's good. Well, he's also one of the guys that Bob Chesney said he can do everything for us. Cozier can block, he can run, he can catch. He's by no means one-dimensional. Anthony DeMichael out there. Anthony DeMichael, of course, had a great career here as a defensive back for Holy Cross on that team that won the Patriot League Championship and played down at Villanova, lost to the eventual national champion Wildcats. But Anthony DeMichael brings a great tenacity and passion to this crew, and Anthony Cerundolo, the head of athletic training, longtime trainer here, does a great job. Okay, Miles Alexander, it's Jeff Wade on the sneak. Wade goes in for the touchdown. Jeff Wade just barreled in behind his offensive line, and right now Holy Cross offensively is playing with an attitude.
Yep, impose your will is what Bob Chesney tells his guys. See what happens when you can impose your will on another team. Follows Jack Bowler into the end zone.
That's a big series.
The sneak made so effective by a professional quarterback about 45 minutes down the street. He looked like a much different kind of Tom Brady sneak there as Wade went in.
Here's Derek Ing on for the point after. Ing kicks it up and through, and Holy Cross has caught lightning in a bottle. The touchdown, the onside kick, the long drive, and another touchdown. Wade going in.
Great surge up the middle of the football field. You see some hats on the ground, but a good push up the middle. Brian Foley comes in, clears a guy out from the tackle position.
Those are road
Bowler
graders.
and body, getting it done. Crusaders have a lot to cheer about right now. There's some optimism and some hope that has been returned to the sideline. They were, Brenna said, you're down a little bit. That was the feeling on the sideline, of course. But this is a group that is a high-energy group. They practice high energy, and they stay up. That's what they preach, and they're back in the mix.
And you can credit Jeff Oliver and Chris Grotzky, too. Jeff Oliver is the head of strength and conditioning at Holy Cross. Chris Grotzky is the strength and conditioning coach for the football team. Ollie helps him out when he can, as he has responsibilities for all these other teams, too. But those two guys do a great job, And Grotzky's a phenomenal motivator, as we saw it at Assumption. Everyone stayed up. They had almost everyone. They had 6 kids that had internships that didn't stay up this summer. Everyone else on the team stayed up and made tremendous strides in strength, tremendous gains in their strength. And that's when it shows, when you're on the goal line and you're pushing the defense backwards.
Yeah, see, Holy Cross makes you think about it now after the onside kick on the last one. They come out the same way and drill this one through. It's a fair catch by the up back for Yale. That means they'll get it out the 25-yard line. It's a new rule this season. Zane Dudek took that as a fair catch inside the 20, so the Bulldogs will get the ball at the 25.
Cody Wilkinson with the kickoff, and he did such a great job on that onside kick. And Just did a good one there, you know, and I think all things considered, Holy Cross will take that. Fine, take it. Come on out at the 25.
Yeah, it's a player safety rule. It's come all the way down from the top in the NFL, and that's a pretty good rule, I think, you know. 25-yard line. It changes things, too, you know. You take that fair catch inside the 20, and you get decent field position.
Rawlings with Dudek in the backfield. Dudek gets the call. Dudek's got the corner, first down and more. He's across midfield into Holy Cross territory, and he's bumped out of bounds by Riley, but not before a long pickup from Dudek, an all-Ivy League performer a year ago, takes it down to the Holy Cross 33.
And this is where the Crusaders have had some problems the first couple of weeks. The edge run, and once Dudek gets to the corner, thanks to a nice block from the tight end Holland, he turns up the Jets. But this is what A.J. Dillon did last week. Of course, he's got a huge offensive line in front of him, but getting to that edge, Crusaders have been hurt on the outside.
Dudek, described by his coach as a tough Pittsburgh kid. Dudek, running hard again, gets down to the 26-yard line. As a freshman, he came in, and Tony Reno said he was number 3 on our depth chart. We had him running scout offense, and we couldn't tackle him. He goes, I was worried about our defense. He goes, because here's this kid, we can't tackle him. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with our defense? It was him. It was Dudek. He's just that good.
Yeah, it'd be tough to be from the Steel City, right? Eating Permane Brothers sandwiches there with the coleslaw and the french fries right between the bread.
That'll help you bulk up.
Oh, that'd be good right now.
It would be great. Here's Dudek again. Nothing doing. Dudek trying to bounce it to the outside. Flag goes down. This will be on Yale.
Yeah, Ebo was held.
That's a good stand by that Holy Cross front 7.
So the Crusaders have been getting beat on the edge, and their defensive ends make a play there. Ebo was held and still was able to make a play.
Holding. Offense number 74. Penalties decline. 3rd down.
So they choose to take the down instead of the distance. It'll be a 3rd and 6 coming for Yale.
And it'll be Alan Lamar, the lone setback. Rawlings is going to go from under center. Now he goes to the shotgun. 4 wide receivers in the game. Howland is one of them, split out as the tight end in the slot. Holy Cross is coming on the blitz. It's Brady. And here's Lamar.
Really well
short
blocked.
Side. He's got the first down and more inside the 20 down to the 17.
Really well blocked up front for Yale. They had the big fella, Sterling Strother, out there, but they also had Reed Klubnik, a receiver with a good block. He kind of like let Strother take a break. See those big dudes getting downfield. Strother and Dieter Eiselen.
Here's Rawlings from the shotgun. Holy Cross is coming on the blitz. And Lamar is wrapped up and dropped for a loss. It'll be a 3-yard loss back down to the 20-yard line. Well executed defensively by the Crusaders.
And there's some fight. There's some fight in Holy Cross. Down 7 after a quarter.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I don't need to drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
I'm District Attorney Joe Worley, and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here is our message.
If you see someone getting bullied, stand up for them. You never know what a few words can do.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and their communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Bison Pride is the feeling that you get when you're with all of your Nichols friends and you're rooting for your team and your school and your community.
Even though we are a smaller school, you feel the big school vibe here.
field, Holy Cross taking on another Ivy League opponent in Dartmouth. Dartmouth was the only team to beat Yale last year, and they escaped against Holy Cross, beating them in overtime last year. The Crusaders missing a point after with 6 seconds left that would have won it for Holy Cross.
First quarter's numbers, and there are some big offensive numbers. Yale total offense, total yards, 172 yards. And that includes 95 yards on the ground. The Crusaders had 162 total yards. Balanced 79 through the air and 83 on the ground. That included a 30-yard touchdown run by Miles Alexander.
You mentioned Corey Stefanik, the fight in the Crusaders. Corey Stefanik kind of embodies that. He is a tough player from New Jersey. And Don Bosco,
he's got a blonde beard. He's a tough dude.
He said when he played lacrosse at Cheshire, they had a team quit because they hit him too hard. He goes, we were all football players, and we were just gong shows. He said we would just crush teams, and we were getting fights because we had a team at halftime get on the bus and leave because they didn't want any more.
Well, there he is, number 4. He's going to come and clean this one up, but look who's on the bottom. Look at 44, Brady. Right there, first man through the attack. 3rd and long coming for Yale. The Bulldogs 2 of 3 on 3rd down conversions after a quarter.
Stefanik had a huge game against Colgate.
He
Disruptive force.
He did. Fumble recovery, forced fumble. He had a sack.
Special teams.
Yeah, he was good.
He's a guy, he's a physical, tough player, and he's one of these guys that is one of the leaders of this defense. They go up top, and it is caught for the touchdown. Rawlings going up top, and Reed Klubnik hauls it in. And just like that, the momentum switches back over to the Bulldog sideline.
Now they had a mismatch on that side. Klubnik is a big receiver. He's 6'3". And they had him against Holloman, who was 5'11". It's a 4-inch height advantage. Got a little separation. Nice pass.
And the point after is up and through.
And the kick is good.
Well, it's a good answer from Yale. And Rollins, look at him spin that football, and that one little touch. Good separation from Klubnik. You throw it almost to the back shoulder, if you will, as Klubnik goes back and gets it. Makes that play, going into the end zone. And they made it look easy, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. That's efficient. That's a very efficient drive, and quarterback Rawlings throwing it to the pylon there, where if his guy doesn't catch it, it's incomplete. That's not going to be intercepted. That's a good drive for Yale. A good answer for Yale as well, as Holy Cross had taken momentum away with 2 touchdowns, made it a 1-score game.
5th career touchdown for Reed Klubnik, who had a big year in 2016, a couple of years ago. Oh, Yale, this is team 146, they call themselves. 146th year Yale football. They have a flag they come out to. It says 146 on it. And Tony Reno said to us this week, hey, 145 was good. We won the Ivy League title. 146 has to be good too. They have to be their own team because 145 is gone. And I like that. I like the way Yale does that. Calls them 146.
It's like the Navy SEALs, where
Yeah.
they call the buds classes.
Yeah, we got 146 coming
we got
now.
class 146, class 235.
You have that much history.
And this team has taken on the personality of their coach, Tony Reno. No nonsense, tough, physical, and there's an example of it right there. That is a physical play on special teams and a big hit.
It's a wicked set. Wicked. Brendan McPhee, I think.
Yeah.
Going down there. He might have got a little dinged up because he got
his arm got bent
it got
literally all
bent
the way
back
behind him.
under the guy he tackled, Spencer Gilliam. So Clifford is back out there now for Holy Cross.
Emmett Clifford coming on in the first quarter. Clifford was 3 of 4 for 50 yards. Had an interception that was not his fault. Hands it off. And Miles Alexander gets to the outside and gets a couple yards.
Carry by number 9, Miles Alexander.
Yeah, he took a pounding from Blake Hill on the outside after he picked up those couple of yards, but was able to find his way. There's Hill 40. Eyes wide open probably when he had Alexander in his sights.
And Yale's coming on the blitz. Clifford pulls it down, and Clifford goes down. He is sacked. A flag flies as well, so usually in the vicinity where it would be on the offense.
So you have it as a
illegal shift. Number 83 and number 9 were both in motion at the same time and did not set. Offense. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Yep, they'll take the sack and the yards they lost anyway. So a win-win for Yale there on the defensive side.
And see what the Bulldogs do here on 3rd and long. They may pin their ears back again.
I would. I'd bring some people. I'd bring somebody here.
Yep.
They're showing it up the middle.
They're faking now. They're gonna back them off. No, they're coming. They're coming on the edge too. Alexander. Oh, he takes a big hit. High and low. Alexander with a tough run. He gets out to the 18-yard line, and Holy Cross will be punting from deep in their own end.
Yeah, the Crusaders would look like they were just trying to get some field position back there on 3rd and long. Yale actually brought the heat from the opposite side, and Holy Cross ran away from it, able to get a couple of yards. Now Cody Wilkinson is punting here from inside his 5.
Melvin Rouse. This is a high-hanging punt. Rouse fields it and gets tattooed and bounces off the tackle and gets close to midfield. Flag goes down. They're probably going to say he didn't give him a chance. You have that halo that you have to give around.
It was close. It was close, but I think he was contacted by the Yale player in the back too. That's my initial thought was it was an illegal block, but it could be the halo thing as well.
Officials say.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 5. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Well, that's a big one for Holy Cross. Timeout here at Fitton Field. Tony, Reno, and Yale lead it by 14.
Holy Cross football is back in Worcester. Don't miss family fun and Division I football right in your backyard. Tickets start at just $15. Visit goholycross.com/tickets or call 1-844-GO-CROSS.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
The water main break is flooding streets and causing major traffic problems. Worcester's looking to prevent the use of tobacco in the city. New video shows the moment when an EF1 tornado touched down in Webster.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Holland.
I'm Zach Lanning.
I'm Megan McGeary.
My name is Ed Ryan.
And welcome to College of the Holy Cross. So when I was looking at colleges, I had a ton of questions. Like, can I play my violin and study to be a doctor?
This is where I ask, how many ways can I surprise people?
What does it mean to be on a team?
Who am I and where am I headed?
At Holy Cross.
The more I ask,
the more I learn.
Holy Cross.
Ask more.
Welcome back, everyone. Holy Cross and Yale. Kevin Shea, Andy Lacombe, Brenna Wilson, your broadcast crew. And Brenna's down at field level for us. Brenna, what do you have?
So before Coach Chesney was at Holy Cross, he was over at Assumption, and he has many of his former players cheering him on today, including Tyus Boykin and Mark Monks, the quarterback for Assumption. They're coming off a big win last night, and they're here ready to cheer on Coach Chesney. Hopefully he'll do the same.
All right, certainly his former players hold him in such high regard, and he had so much success too with them over at Assumption. Last 3 years they went to the NCAA tournament 2 times. They won the NE10 championship, and last year went deep into the NCAA tournament over the middle, and it's broken up. Good defense, Holy Cross, as they close on it. Alex Johnson, the veteran defensive back.
Yeah, nice job. Pass was a little behind the receiver. Johnson broke on it nicely. And, you know, if you're the Holy Cross defense, you need to get Yale in some of these situations, 2nd and 3rd and long. It doesn't appear to me like there have been many in the early going. make them a little uncomfortable here. Impose the will.
Lamar is the running back with Rawlings out of the shotgun. Rawlings looks to his right, rolls to his right under pressure, and he fires complete and knocked out of bounds. Klubnik hauled it in. Reed Klubnik with some good concentration, and it's another big first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and you know, Rawlings is close to the line of scrimmage here. He's trending, yeah, he's very close as he hung on to that a long time. Bodies were flying all over the place.
And Teddy Kapsis was applying some heat for Holy Cross in the defensive end position. Kapsis is one of these guys that has really worked hard his entire Holy Cross career to make himself a real impact player. Rawlings on the screen to Klubnik. A lot of purple jerseys there, well defended by Holy Cross.
Now McCardell gets the tackle, but an initial play made by Joe Lang on the outside to force Klubnik back in a little further than they wanted to go. Nice defense from the Crusaders.
Second down and 9 for Yale. Clock running, 11 and a half minutes remaining here in the first half. 28-14 Yale. The Bulldogs went up very quickly, 21-0. We were just a couple minutes into this game, but Holy Cross has responded. Rawlings out of the shotgun. Play action, Rawlings to his left. Here comes Brady. Brady's in hot pursuit. Rawlings tucks it. Brady gets taken out on the block, and Rawlings gets close to a first down. Great comeback block by the wide receiver on Brady, and that's a courageous act.
Yeah, again, it's open outside, and he's able to break the contain out there, and watch out. Stefanik gets in there and takes the quarterback out, but not after a big gainer. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Brady showing his speed, and here's a good Jamal Locke going head on to Rawlings with the blitz coming. Rawlings fires it out and complete. Dudek on the receiving end. Just a little square out, and that's a first down for the Bulldogs.
It's a nice job by Dudek. The throw was a little bit behind. He had to turn around, make that play, and then take a hit and hang on.
Rawlings is a guy that Tony Reno said he is not a stat guy. He said he'll come into my office the morning after a game and he'll apologize for missing throws or misreading a play where he handed it off and maybe he should have kept it or should have pitched it. He doesn't care what his stats are. It's all about, I want to be a perfectionist, I want us to win. Doesn't care if he doesn't throw for a touchdown or any yards. Dudek, and it's Rawlings on the keeper. Rawlings wrapped up by Kapsis.
Teddy Kapsis right there to make the play. Kapsis, big, strong kid. You know, they need a lot from him as one of those returning guys. Him and McCardell up front, Vorster when they're there together.
Rawlings with Dudek in the backfield on 2nd down and 8. As Yale using some of the clock, Dudek. And Dudek still, it's a fumble and it's picked up by Holy Cross. The Crusaders recovering the fumble. So Holy Cross's defense coming up with a big turnover. Kendrick Knight, the man who recovered it and returned it.
Dudek's hurt. Busaroni comes in and may have gotten enough of the football. 55, look at him, he's pointing going the other way. Yeah, he jars it loose, and Knight is right on the spot. Holy Cross needed that, and you know, a double whammy for Yale because Dudek is down on the play and can't afford to lose him. Crusaders needed a play on defense, and they got one with Yale driving the football. There's Dudek down, and you hope it's not much when he can return, because Yale tends to go through some running backs in the course of his season. They have like Lamar hurt and then comes back after a year away, and got Dudek into the spotlight a year ago. College football on Charter TV3 brought to you by the Central Mass Safety Council, by Bertera Nissan of Auburn, Holy Cross Athletics, and by Nichols College.
Oh, there's Tony Reno, and legendary Yale coach Carm Koza. He passed away early this year, in January of this year. He coached Yale for 32 years, won 10 Ivy League titles. Well, when he retired, he kept an office. They kept him on part-time. He kept an office up in the football offices, and Tony said 2 days a week, Carm would be in his office, and he was doing radio, so he would be watching film and all this. He said he was such a great mentor to him and someone that, especially as a young head coach, he could bounce things off of when he was trying to change the culture and change that team around a lot. And he said Carm was so gracious to him and was such a great sounding board for him. And they're all wearing, the Yale football team all wearing patches in remembrance of the legendary coach, Carm Koza. But what a great guy to have, you know, right at your disposal for Tony Reno. Here's Jeff Wade back in at quarterback, and Wade with a little option pass. And it's complete to Martin Dorsey. Dorsey has his first reception of the game.
Yeah, this little option pass, something Holy Cross has shown over the first couple of weeks. They're right
Martin
back at
Dorsey's
it.
got
There
a
it is
great
again.
radius. He's got a great receiving radius. And he's got a first down for Holy Cross as they just run the same play again.
Different looks off of it. Your inside receiver becomes kind of a blocker, and it's almost like a quick little screen after a play action look.
Martin Dorsey, 6'3", 201 pounds. He's a big receiver, and if it's near him, he's going to catch it. Here's Wade. The blitz is coming. Wade hands it off to Alexander, and Alexander's dropped at the line of scrimmage, may have lost a half yard.
Yeah, right in the center of the pile again for Yale. Looks like Ryan Burke, that linebacker. Big group there on the Yale defensive side. They returned 7 All-Ivy guys from a year ago, 10 starters.
Here's Wade. Wade finds a seam under pressure now, fires, and it is complete. And it's a first down, Holy Cross into Yale territory, down to the 38 of the Bulldogs, Richie DiNicola.
Yeah, and DiNicola is a guy who could be a top of the line in terms of receiving yards. He could be your leader, and they really got to get him involved. That's a catch there. He's came into the game with just 4 receptions all year.
Miles Alexander flag comes in late.
Carried by number 9, Miles Alexander.
This one will probably go on Holy Cross. Peter Oliver's going to come into the game for the first time for Holy Cross, the freshman running back from Auburn, out of St. John's.
10-yard penalty. It's down.
6 feet, 212 pounds, Peter Oliver. We talked about his dad, Jeff Oliver, who's the head of strength and conditioning here. Jeff played at Boston College, and I was talking to him about how special was that for you to see, to be back at Chestnut Hill and see your son playing in the game. He said it was awesome. He said, I would have loved it even if he just touched the ball once, but it was really cool.
Had a touchdown taken back late in the game.
His mom played for BC too, was a softball player for BC. Played her freshman year out of Worcester. Here's Oliver on the carry. Peter Oliver, a north-south, run it down your throat kind of kid, the true freshman. Banging forward for a big chunk of change.
And Malcolm Dixon, only guy there left to stop him after he got a lot of that penalty yardage back. Oliver in the first week, you know, getting his feet under him, might have missed a hole against Colgate. Looked a lot better last week, late against Boston College. He's making that improvement, and he's going to be heard from throughout this season.
His dad likes his style of running too. Not a lot of shake and bake. He's just going to go north-south and try to lower his shoulders and run you over. Wade fires that one in the direction of Derek Mountain. He was well covered, double covered.
Yeah, not much downfield there, but Wade also didn't see much on the run. Probably weren't going to have much on either way, so he ends up throwing it away rather than taking a sack. He took a hit right afterwards.
So it's 3rd down and 12 for Holy Cross. Yale showing blitz. They got 9 guys in the box. Wade looking, here comes the blitz. Wade escapes, and the second guy gets him. He escaped the first one, but he could not get away from the second man coming through, Christian Sampleton. And the defensive lineman gets the big sack for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, well done all the way through. It started with Reed Nickerson, and then he kind of left him there for Sampleton to finish him off. So one thing, too, in the last offensive set, we did not see Cozier. Came off the field after stretching for that touchdown. And so some concern there for Cozier. Brenna Wilson reporting from the sideline that he's being worked on.
And the fair catch called for by Yale, and it's taken down at the 13-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over on offense. When we return, you are watching exclusive coverage of Holy Cross football on Charter TV3.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
Our company values, our family values.
Committed to our clients and finding them the best solutions.
Committed to being independent.
Committed to our community.
We live here, we work here, we volunteer here.
The Sullivan Insurance Group.
Committed to excellence.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
Welcome back, everyone. Yale will start deep in their own territory at their own 13-yard line. Rawlings back there with Alan Lamar. Dudek goes in motion. He takes the pitch. Dudek trying to get to the corner, does so, and squares up his shoulder and plows forward for a good pickup on first down of 4 yards.
Well, that time the Holy Cross defense had pretty good, stretch pursuit and weren't going to give him a free look at the corner, but Dudek with his athleticism and some blocks up front still able to get a couple of yards there. Well,
Dudek will
he's
check
back
out of the game.
And it's good to see he's just a little minor thing as he was able to get back into the game if you're on the Yale side of things.
Jayjay Holland is in the wingback position right now for Yale. On second down and 6. Rawlings to throw, has Howland in the flat, hits him. Howland makes a man miss. Brady on the tackle, but not before Jayjay Holland, the local product, picks up the first down.
I mean, this is a big guy, and I've said it a few times already in the first half. There's the 5th tackle of the game for Ryan Brady. He's all over the football field, but Jayjay Holland is a weapon. And they know how to use the tight end at Yale. I mean, they've got one, as you said, a free agent signee in the NFL, but Eric Johnson, a great tight end around the turn of the century, which is kind of odd to say.
It is.
2000. But, and is married to Jessica Simpson.
That's right.
So
That's his claim to fame.
He's
probably
got that
more
going
famous
for him. But he was in the NFL a while, but they know how to use the tight end over the years here at Yale.
Yeah, he was with the 49ers, a Massachusetts kid who used to, he had some big games here at Fitton Field. I remember those games against Holy Cross.
Lamar is going to get up gingerly there. He kind of got spun around on the tackle. And he's going to come off.
If you looked at that replay, and we had one shot from the end zone where Howland caught that, when the ball was getting thrown to the flat, Ryan Brady was in the middle of the field, and he gets all the way. You talk about a guy going sideline to sideline pursuing the football. Ryan Brady plays like his hair's on fire.
He does.
He's an inspiring guy to watch.
He does. And again, there's some injuries there. Andre Chevalier is out for the year. He would have been a nice addition there in the middle of the field.
Rawlings to throw, and it's complete. Huge stick by Riley. And a great job to hold on to the football by Jamal Locke, who took a pop and a half from Riley.
Now, what we like about Riley, right? I mean, a tough guy playing with that shoulder issue and not afraid to get in there and lay the wood. But Yale had that offense, had it drawn up well, picked up a first down.
Well, and that might not show up, but the next time that pass is thrown, guys will be thinking about it. And that's what that hit will do. Here's Dudek. Dudek, a good pickup on first down. He picks up 8 yards. But that's what, some of the coaches were saying. We need our defensive backs to come up and be physical and play with aggression and confidence and make those kind of hits. And then get pumped about it. Get fired up.
Joe Lang is one of those guys. He was in on that last play, and he's a sophomore, number 23 down there towards the bottom of your screen, and he's around the action a lot. You see his name start to show up a lot more. He's the second leading tackler on the team, well behind Brady, but he's making a name for himself.
Here comes Brady on the blitz. Good job by Yale picking it up, and Dudek has the first down. Dudek thrown out of bounds by Riley. Inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. It's a big run by Dudek, and it's a great job by this O-line.
Yeah, good push up front. And look at the block right at the point of attack. Another block downfield. Dudek gets flung out of bounds, but man, there's a big guy on the outside there. Didn't get a good look. It looked like it might have been Warfield, who had a good block, and he was taking his defender with him for a while.
Alan Lamar back in the ball game for Yale. Rawlings, Dudek goes in motion. He hands it to Dudek. It's a reverse, and I think they're looking to throw. They are, and it's intercepted by Holy Cross. Riley picks it off, still on his feet. Riley still going down the near sideline, and he steps out of bounds. Chris Riley comes up with a huge interception, and now we're going to get a flag on the sideline as the tempers flare.
Yeah, some hands were thrown there on the near sideline as a couple of Yale offensive linemen were mixed up with some Crusaders. See which way it goes. That's a big play by Riley. Just a little too slow developing for Yale. I mean, they had it. They had the quarterback open. Just a little too slow to develop, and maybe because the line got blown up a little bit on the weak side where the reverse pitch was coming. Just slowed the timing of the Yale play down a little.
Let's see who is going to get this penalty. Because you mentioned Holy Cross was in the face of the Yale player, but it was the Yale player that threw the hands. He started pushing and shoving.
Question is, who did you see do what?
Usually you get the second guy. You don't get the guy that hits first. You get the
Cody Wilkinson, the kicker down there, is pointing at Yale. He's saying it's on them. So, kickers are they're a unique bunch, but usually let's see if he's got his hand on the pulse of things down there.
But you know what? If you're Bob Chesney, if you're this Holy Cross staff, that's what you want to see. You want to see the fire in the fight.
Yeah,
hey,
no question.
You know what? You take one of those. You take one of those to ignite your team and to say, hey, this is going to be a street fight for 3 hours.
Here's a look, and it was blown up. I think that's Busaroni on the weak side. It kind of just slowed the play down a little bit. Quarterback was open for a little bit, but not at that point. It was just too late to throw. And
see where
Riley's
steps out of bounds
take it
right
back.
there. But there's
it's a late hit.
You're right.
That might have been the one that got flagged.
You're right. It's a late hit. But you know what? They're going to look and they're going to see 75 in the purple sideline, and probably. And I think if you're Bob Chesney, you say, hey, this is offsetting.
The result of the play is an interception. After the play is over, personal foul by the passing team, number 75, late hit out of bounds. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Holy Cross bench. Those fouls will offset. It'll be first down, Holy Cross.
That's the right call.
Yep.
That's the right call. Offsetting, they're both involved in it. Just let it go.
Yep.
But you know what? It does. That ignites that Holy Cross sideline
just get
in that bench.
A little bit of fire there.
Yeah, you got to fight now.
Your defense has forced a couple of turnovers the last couple series. They're sticking around. They're keeping the team in it. And now can Jeff Wade lead a 2-minute drill down the field and get this into a one-score game going into the break.
Just get points. Just get any kind of points because you're going to start with the ball in the second half.
Yeah.
Just get points. Build a little momentum.
A lot of emotion on campus today. It's a big day. Ring of Honor induction at halftime for the Mcgovern brothers. A couple of the all-time great defensive players for Holy Cross in the 80s.
Here's Wade. Wade to throw. Fires complete. And that's a 5-yard pickup on first down.
Yep, DiNicola, and it's his second catch of the game, and tempo for the Crusaders.
Holy Cross still has 2 timeouts. They'll hand the ball off to Alexander, and Alexander picks up a yard. Clock will continue to run.
You know, and I understand, you know, the plan to play both quarterbacks. That just seems to be more energy and more speed when Jeff Wade's in right now. I think you just have to play him out.
Here's Wade. Wade going over the middle, has a man. It is incomplete. It was intended for DiNicola, just off his fingertips.
And I think he just timed his move on the ball just a little too early. You know, he had a defensive back there trailing him, and you got to protect yourself. Deontay Henson's back there, rather, and I think they would have connected.
Well, it's a big defensive series for Yale, and that's a big stop on that play because you would have been, well inside of field goal range, and you would have been looking at 6. Here's a short kick, but a high hanging kick. Takes a Holy Cross bounce.
Wow.
And we'll get inside the 20. We'll get inside the 15. And Holy Cross, the smart thing. They just wait, let the clock keep going, and it's down at the 14-yard line with 1:06 to play in the first half.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
Our company values, our family values.
Committed to our clients and finding them the best solutions.
Committed to being independent.
Committed to our community.
We live here, we work here, we volunteer here.
The Sullivan Insurance Group.
Committed to excellence.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sun-Splashed Fit and Field. What a gorgeous September day here in central Massachusetts, the crown jewel of the Commonwealth. Holy Cross and Yale. It's the home opener for the Crusaders. They come in 0-2. It is the opening game of the season for the Yale Bulldogs, the defending Ivy League champs. And right now, Yale leads it 28-14 with 1:06 to play in the first half. This has been like a heavyweight fight. You know,
been a good slugfest.
Take your best, give your best, and Yale jumped out to that 21-0 lead, but Holy Cross got their legs under them and roared back to get it to 21-14. And then Yale answered with a touchdown, and we've kind of been back and forth from there.
Well, you like the fight in the Crusaders. And certainly you'd expect it from Bob Chesney and his coaches and the way they've practiced all summer long to get ready. They come in 0-2, and this is a grueling schedule for Holy Cross. The way Colgate comes in, Boston College, Yale, a defending Ivy champion, Dartmouth, the only team that beat Yale, Bucknell, another league game, and then UNH and Harvard. Holy cow.
It's a murderous start.
If you had to decide this is going to be my first year as a coach at Holy Cross, that schedule would not be something that would be a deciding factor.
No. Kurt Rawlings from the shotgun hands it to Dudek on first down. Holy Cross swallows him up.
A little extra.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, with the schedule and the challenge, it's who you have, and you want to play that type of competition.
Oh, yeah.
And that only makes you better. Maybe not this year record-wise, but maybe it does next year. And it also gets some more eyes on the program when you're playing teams like that.
Well, Tony Reno even said that, you know, the Holy Cross name is out there now. He said, you know, Coach Chesney's done a great job recruiting, and the name is out there. Juggling catch. No, it's incomplete. Went to the ground, incomplete.
Rawlings' pass is incomplete.
Now it's going to be 3rd and long here. Holy Cross, a couple timeouts. They can get a quick stop here.
You got a great kicker. You know, you could get, if you get a big punt return, it's field position. If you can hold here, you would assume that you would get the ball on Yale's side of the 50.
Yale probably going to go they tried to go high percentage pass there and probably should have connected, but will they run here to force the Crusaders to use a timeout if they don't get the first down?
I would think yes. They do. Dudek, and Dudek's got the first down, and it's a moot point.
Down.
He gets down to the 29-yard line. That's a big run in this game.
You can see why Dudek, described, I believe, as you said, what, a tough kid from Pittsburgh, had 1,100 plus yards last year, and he was the number 3, as you said, to start last season. You know, they just have some athletes and guys who love football and hard-nosed kids.
Good job by Rawlings on a high snap. Rawlings got a lot of green in front of him. He's going to tuck it and run, and Rawlings will run out of bounds at the 42-yard line with 2 seconds remaining in the game. Time for one last Hail Mary for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, why not? And bringing in some size, a big receiver, D. Major Roman, an extra tight end, but he's like a 6'4", 6'5" guy, just like Holland. But
nope,
they're going victory. Okay, he's in the block or protect.
Rawlings takes a knee. The first half comes to a close as Yale will go to the locker room with a 28-14 lead. They'll let the Bulldogs go to the locker room first, I believe.
Some will.
Yep, they were. Normally that's the way to do it. You could get a Miami-Notre Dame situation right here from the 80s where you get guys going back and forth. It's a physical game. You're going to have tempers flaring. Brenna's down on the field now with Bob Chesney. Brenna?
Coach, there were a lot of momentum swings in the first half. How do you kind of hopefully rein that in and start the second half on a swing?
Well, I think it's just continuing. 0-0 right now is what we got to talk about, but we just got to stop the poor plays. There's free guys to tackle one of their guys, and we're just missing tackles. We're just flat out missing tackles, and that, you know, that kind of stinks to see. So we just got to get back in there. The scheme stuff looks fine. It's just that we got to understand where we're weak, and we got to make sure those people are able to make those plays for us.
And we saw both Emmett Clifford and Jeff Wade under center. What will we see in the second half?
I think you see Jeff Wade for the rest of this. Yep.
Right, thank you. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, Brenna. Thank you, Coach Chesney. So it'll be Jeff Wade in the second half as the Crusaders look to climb out of a 14-point deficit. We are at the half. It's Yale 28, Holy Cross 14.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I don't need to drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody? For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
Accidents involving distracted driving injured over 400,000 Americans last year. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car or motorcycle accident, before you call your insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Our attorneys have helped tens of thousands of clients receive millions of dollars in settlements for over 50 years. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless you do.
Hi, I'm Mike Demers, General Sales Manager here at Bertera Nissan in Auburn. We'll give you the best price and leave you happy every single time.
Our local team is ready to provide you with an unparalleled customer experience.
Save $6,000 off MSRP on a brand new 2018 Nissan Rogue Model S.
I want to invite you to come down and experience the #1 Nissan dealership for sales, service, and parts in Central New England.
Bertera Nissan, Route 20, Auburn, Massachusetts.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
High levels of PCB were found in tests around windows and doors. A Holden barn is severely damaged after a fire rips through the structure.
And an in-depth local forecast.
I never had a face for television.
I'm a little jealous of the kids that have this ability to go away to college. Spring break! That was a coffee break for me and a cigarette.
I get up early every morning with one thing in mind. I want my audience to be informed, engaged, and entertained.
I'm Lisa Condit from the Hanover Theater. Join me every Thursday during Worcester News Tonight at 10 p.m. for the Hanover Theater This Week.
Join me on the Hank Stoltz Experience. People are always asking me, what is the experience? Well, that's the beauty of it. It's everything that has to do with Central Massachusetts.
Welcome to Chamber Exchange, a TV show. My name is Tim Murray, President and CEO of the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce.
Welcome to the Mayor's Forum. I'm Mayor Joe Petty. Welcome to Central Mass Chronicles. My name is Alan Fletcher. I am your host.
Hello and welcome, YouTube viewers. Thank you for joining us for another episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Holy Cross Women's Basketball Show. I'm Kevin Shea, alongside the head coach of the Holy Cross Crusaders, Bill Gibbons. Up next on the Friday Night Football Frenzy. First quarter, Wachusett Sam Brewer with a big run.
Shot, score! Oh, look at that score! And the Railers get back-to-back goals.
The Pod Sox are going to win it. All right, so the Ring of Honor ceremony going on right now at midfield. Holy Cross inducting two new players, the Mcgovern brothers, Bill and Rob Mcgovern, getting inducted into the Ring of Honor. Only Holy Cross football players that have already been inducted into the Holy Cross Hall of Fame are eligible. You emceed the ceremony on campus this morning, and these are two guys. This is a big football, Holy Cross football family, the Mcgoverns. Bill Mcgovern's a coach in the NFL, so he couldn't make it, but his brother Rob down there, and the family's down there.
Yeah, Rob's in the purple. Now, that's Bill's one of Bill's daughters, number 9 there, wearing Bill's old number at Holy Cross, and they spoke for their dad. They read a speech that he was going to deliver, but he's a Giants linebacker coach, and he's going to Dallas. So he's in Dallas for Sunday Night Football. And then their uncle is Father Earl Markey, the great basketball player here at the College of Holy Cross. But there they are. Bill Mcgovern, number 9, Rob Mcgovern, number 58. Rob was a linebacker, and Bill a free safety. Both held records here. And the Mcgovern named Jack Mcgovern, their older brother, played as well. And it was just that long line of Mcgoverns that enter that Ring of Honor. It's the highest honor that the football program can bestow on one of their own. And Rob Mcgovern here today, and he was pretty emotional as he talked about kind of earning that honor, and he bestowed a lot of credit onto his teammates and his brothers, the Mcgovern family. His mom was with him, his uncle, Father Markey, there as well earlier today. Great event. Nice job, nicely done by the College of the Holy Cross, Nate Pine and the Friends of Crusader Football, who put that all together for the now 27 members of the Ring of Honor.
Well, it's a nice touch, too, for the football family. I know you get a lot of alums back down there, and Jimmy Andrioli was one of them, and they got to reminisce with some of their old buddies. And Brenna Wilson is down on the sideline right now with the newest member inducted into the Ring of Honor, Rob Mcgovern. Guys, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm here with Rob Mcgovern. Congratulations on being inducted. It's the highest honor that a football player can receive here at Holy Cross. What does it mean for you?
It's a great honor for me, and not just me personally, but my entire family. You know, to be inducted, one, with my brother has made it really kind of special and unique, and then to have my kids here and my wife Kelly here to enjoy it, it just means the world. I think these things mean more to you the older you get, and that's the case with me. So I'm really, truly grateful to the school and the program for the honor.
Now we're back here at Fitton Field. There have been a lot of great moments on this field. What are some memories that you have while playing here?
Well, you know what? It's funny because we've had a lot of great ones. We were talking about them today. You know, playing against Boston College was a big thrill for us all. Playing against West Point at West Point in front of 50,000 people was a lot of fun. I think, and the fact that we were able to have the success we did and win a couple of championships really has cemented the friendships over the years. We went through so much to achieve those things in practice and in games that it's just a great feeling to see everybody again after so long and feel the same way today as I did 20, 30 years ago.
Right, you were talking about the BC rivalry. What was that rivalry like for you guys?
Well, yeah, that was an intense rivalry that it's really exciting to see it being renewed. It's always a tough game. It's one of those games that we're always picked to lose, but it brought the whole school together. I think that's what was so great about it. It was such a unifying event for the entire school, and to be a part of that, you know, the impetus for that as the football team really made you feel good to be a member of the team.
Now Now you played for some pretty good coaches, but talk about your coaches while you were here at Holy Cross, and what did they mean for you as a player?
Yeah, I think that the influence that the coaches at Holy Cross had on me was instrumental in my life. Coach Duffner was an incredible coach. Coaches like Coach Coyle, Coach McCarty. There's so many coaches out there, Coach Schwenke, who coached us at Holy Cross. You know, and Coach Carter, who passed away my freshman year. He and Coach Duffner in particular, as the head coaches, really instilled a lot of life lessons in the short time we had together that I'm still relying upon and utilizing today. So I'm truly grateful for it.
Yeah, you were drafted to the NFL, and how did playing here at Holy Cross kind of prepare you for the pros as well?
You know, the coaching staff in particular, I think, prepared me uniquely for that opportunity. They were so smart and developed and sophisticated in their understanding of game plans, and they conveyed that knowledge to us. So when I got to the NFL, even though I didn't have the size and strength of a lot of other guys, I knew the game so much better than so many of those players that I could take advantage of situations that way. So their intellect and their knowledge and their ability to convey it to us was really instrumental, I know, to my own personal success.
Now, once you got to the pros, you were playing under Hall of Fame coaches. What did you learn from them that you're still kind of using in life now?
Yeah, to play for coaches like Coach Cower, Coach Schottenheimer, Coach Knoll from the Steelers, Coach Dungy, all these great coaches who went on to coach in such incredible careers, they were the same way. They just carried on what I think I started to get here at Holy Cross. There was nothing inconsistent about what they were saying from what I had learned here. So they were really reinforcing what I knew, and they gave me the opportunities that I needed to find out what I was capable of doing. So I'm grateful to them as well.
Now, while you were playing, was there ever a moment that you were kind of starstruck when you were out there?
Yeah, I've often told the story that when I was picked to be the special team captain in my very first game in the NFL, and we were playing the Denver Broncos, and John Elway was the starting quarterback for the other team, obviously. And I walked out to meet him, and I was very concerned that I wanted to present a very tough exterior. But by the time I reached him, I was in awe of him, as I always have been, and it showed. So it was a little embarrassing that I wasn't quite the tough guy I thought I was when I came out and shook his hand. I think I was asking him to autograph my elbow pad by the end of the coin toss. So I got better at it after that.
So you can sign my mic later on.
Sure, thanks.
So you come from a family that's very athletic. Was there, and both of your brothers that played here as well, was there ever a point in your mind that you were like, maybe I'm not going to go to Holy Cross, or was it a sure thing this whole time?
You know, for me, I think I was resistant to it as a young kid just because I didn't want to follow my siblings everywhere. But we came up every weekend. We were here my entire childhood. I was rolling down these hills, you know, during halftime of games. And by the time I was a senior, I didn't want to go anywhere else. I had 3 siblings or 4 siblings come through here already. It was just a place that I felt at home. So if the opportunity was there, I was definitely going to take it. So I was grateful that they gave me an offer to come.
Now, after you finished playing in the pros, you went on and you became a lawyer and also enlisted in the Army. What were some experience that you had post football?
Yeah, I always felt like that becoming a trial attorney, but also joining the Army, it's very similar to being in a football program and doing having to live your life in a regimented fashion, and where you depend on others and they depend on you, and you've got to work well within a unit. That's the same on a football field as it is on a battlefield. So I felt like it was a natural fit. I've always felt very comfortable in both of those environments, and I think they reinforced each other over the years. So I really feel like I've had a very lucky life because I've done everything I wanted to do. I've always enjoyed where I've been and always felt comfortable where I've been, and I think it's in part because of the upbringing I had here at Holy Cross.
Yeah, and we were kind of talking earlier. How often are you able to kind of get back here, and how special is this moment now being back here?
Yeah, I wish I could get back here more often, and I haven't been back too often, only a handful of times in 20, 30 years. So to come back for this has been great, to walk around, see everything, and see how well the school has grown, and I've enjoyed that immensely. And then be able to come back with my family now has been real fun. The older you get, it just matters that much more. I love walking my kids around down the campus, so I'm thrilled for the whole weekend. It's been great.
Well, you go enjoy that. Congratulations again on your honor. We'll have much more after the break.
We're proud to lead with high school sports stories because we know that's important to our viewers, that's important to our communities. I think it's incredibly unique because you just don't see this amount of coverage other places. We can do 5 and 6 minutes at 10 o'clock, whereas other stations might do 2.5 minutes, and of that, 30 seconds is on high school sports.
It's very easy to be enthusiastic watching these guys play, whether it's high school football or field hockey or lacrosse.
When you see somebody make an outstanding play, you're kind of fired up about that. I come back and I'm like, Kev, I couldn't believe this play I saw in this game.
To see and to kind of be able to capture some of those magic moments when you're there to witness history, that's really cool. We're out there every day shooting the games ourselves and coming back and editing it and writing it ourselves.
You get a certain insight that you don't get if you're, say, in a press box.
We never forget the players that come from Central Mass, those that are lucky enough to play professional sports. We follow them in the pros.
We never forget those guys coming from Central Mass.
I've had people come up and say to me that, you know, we still watch and we're still fans because they can watch on TV.
Has it brought fans to the game? Has it impacted local sports? I hope so. Coaches tell us it has. Certainly our goal is just to cover the game and to really highlight the positive of high school and local college sports.
And we're enjoying what we do, and that I hope that comes across. There's no other place I'd rather be, and there's no other job I'd rather do.
Charter TV3 and UMass Memorial Healthcare have teamed up to bring you the latest news and trends in healthcare. Health Watch, presented by UMass Memorial Healthcare, brings you the healthcare topics that are important to you. From stroke prevention to allergies, skincare to sports injury prevention, and nutrition to pregnancy, Health Watch and UMass Memorial Healthcare informs you on the issues that affect you on a daily basis. Health Watch on Charter TV3. For extended interviews with UMass Memorial Healthcare experts, log on to our website.
Shows ignorance and bias, and he's right to be called out on it.
Bothers me that they just can't get it done.
The city has to make decisions about what business it wants to be in.
The fact that Worcester played a big part in changing this, of course we should be trumpeting.
Power of free speech is a stronger dictate.
Personally, if that ballot question gets on the ballot, I'm voting for it.
You can't get Worcester weather from a Boston TV station. The sun could be shining in downtown Boston, but the weather could be very different here in Worcester. People tell me all the time how much they count on our weather forecast, and we know how important that is to our Worcester News Tonight viewers. Each weekday, we'll give you your weather, your 10-day forecast for right here in Worcester, only on Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester's only local forecast, weeknights on Worcester News Tonight.
All right, here's Chris Krotsky getting Holy Cross fired up before the game, and this is the opening kickoff of the game. Melvin Rouse returns it 100 yards for the touchdown, and just like that, Yale comes flying out of the gate up 7-0. This is a big return.
Yeah, and it's all right. It happens. It happens, 7-0. But then the first offensive touch for Yale, Alan Lamar. 42 yards, scamper, untouched, and it's 14-0.
And then they line up for a field goal, and it's the holder, the backup quarterback, Patrick Conti, to Jayjay Holland, the local guy out of Tantascwa for 6. Just like that, it's 21-0.
Well, Jeff Wade came into the game. They showed a little bit of a spark offensively, and he got him into the end zone twice. Miles Alexander for one, then him for one, and then Yale answered with that touchdown to Klubner, and that's where we stand. It is Klubnik, rather. It is 28-14 at the break.
All right, well, if you're Holy Cross right now in that locker room, you're saying, all right, we took their best. We took their best. The first couple plays did not go the way we wanted. We were on our heels down 21-0, but guys, you fought back. You fought back. This is the game. We're getting the ball to start the second half. We need to go down the field, and we need to score. You look at the rushing yards, and for Holy Cross in years past, 90 in the first half, you're like, that's good. And it is good.
You're happy with
a
it.
Tough Yale team.
You're
and
not
even
happy.
The total offense.
Yeah, but you're not happy about giving up 320
no.
total offensive yards to Yale on the other side. You know, and so, again, Yale, look at Yale getting it done on third down conversions. 5 of 6, 1 of 1 on fourth downs. Turnovers, couple against Yale, haven't all hurt them.
No, in the time of possession, fairly even. 15-45 for Yale, 14-15 for Holy Cross. But really, when you're looking at, look at the average rushes. Zane Dudek is averaging 11 yards a carry. Alan Lamar is averaging 8.5 yards a carry, and that's where, when you're able to run that effectively, then it opens up a myriad of options off the play action and pass-wise, because now you got guys, the safeties and linebackers, everyone's leaning forward, everyone's coming forward in play action, and you got one-on-one coverage, and you got some matchups that you like.
Yeah, and for the Holy Cross side, Jeff Wade 6 of 9 in the first half, 65 yards passing. Emmett Clifford is 3 for 4. He did throw an interception, that was on a tip ball, for 50 yards through the air. Each was sacked once.
And Wade ran the ball a couple times, and I said it at the time, but I really believe it. That sparks the offense. He's running tough, he's running between the tackles, and he's not looking to get out of bounds. He's looking to pick this team up, and I think Wade did a great job of doing that in the first half. And again, Holy Cross gets the ball here to start the second half. It'll be a big series for Holy Cross. If they can get points out of it, you get some positive momentum. This is a long way to go in this football game, and I'm sure both coaches said that to their teams in the locker room.
Yeah, you get some extra calisthenics going on here on the sideline for Holy Cross. Yale just did their warm-up. You see this a little bit more. I don't recall seeing this a lot in college football, but when teams come out of the gate, they almost have like a little extra stretch.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hot day. It's extremely warm up here. I can't imagine what it's like down on the field. So a warm day, you're still, worried about hydration and who's stronger in the fourth quarter. It was a really warm day in Hamilton, New York, a couple of weeks ago. Holy Cross was down big at halftime. They were the stronger team in the third and fourth quarter. If they play like that here, we've got ourselves a shot for a barn burner down the stretch, because Crusaders certainly have it in them. But Yale's a next level type opponent as well. So it'll all start with this first series, this first couple of minutes, and see how the Crusaders come out.
Bob Chesney, the son of a former high school coach, his father, Bob Sr., a legendary high school coach in Pennsylvania. There he is in the white shirt, and Bob walking past in the black. But you can tell they're a football family, and Bob grew up with a passion and a love for the game that was fostered by his dad, and the years that his dad coached in the high school ranks in Pennsylvania, and he loves having him around. He's assistant coach on the staff at Assumption, and then here at Holy Cross as well.
I met his grandfather, 93 years old, World War II vet. He's in a wheelchair. He was at the Colgate game wearing a Lehigh coat because that's where he went, but loves it.
And Holy Cross on the return, stacked up right at the 20-yard line is Spencer Gilliam, the freshman who was named the National Special Teams Player of the Week in the FCS for his great efforts against Boston College. Blocked a punt and then returned a second block punt for a touchdown. And they're really high on him, the freshman from Texas. His speed, his athleticism, he has that separation speed that everyone's looking for.
And he had to show some toughness there. He took a couple of shots, was able to hang on to the football. Here's Jeff Wade. Brennan Wilson got it out of Coach Chesney on the way to the half. He's the guy the rest of the way.
Alexander on first down, has the corner, has some room, and has a first down. A good start for Holy Cross. Miles Alexander is dumped into that Yale
went right
bench.
into the bench.
And Holy Cross sprinting across the field. Bob Chesney sprints across the field. You know that he's going to have a thing or two to say to the officials.
Let's see where he's hit.
Let's
where
see.
He's shoved. There's not a big sideline at Holy Cross.
And you know what, though? But it never has been.
He's still in bounds.
No, he hits him in bounds. It's a legal hit. It's just the way that.
There's not a big sideline
no,
here.
It's the way the field's set up. And remember, before, they used to have concrete over there. So you were literally skating.
Yeah.
You were like a cat on ice. At least now there's grass going all the way to
I'll never forget
to the end.
He's a coach on the Holy Cross staff now, Adi Confessor, getting tackled not far from that spot, but down by the 10-yard line in the open part of the end zone. And when he got hit, he went into the wall, and he left a giant dent there. Now they've got you know, some guys' faces over it, but there's probably still a dent there from Adi Confessor.
Oh, yeah. It's like NASCAR. There's just no room.
College football on Charter TV3 presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia and by Bay State Savings Bank.
We'll see. Hopefully Miles Alexander is able to get
is
back
a
up and get
scary
back into the
situation 'cause
game.
He hasn't really
no
moved much. He's on it. He's sitting up.
Now he didn't seem
which is
to
a
hit
good
the wall.
Sitting up now, which is a good
Yeah.
good note. But let's take a break and be back from Fit and Field after this.
Holy Cross football is back in Worcester. Don't miss family fun and Division I football right in your backyard. Tickets start at just $15. Visit goholycross.com/tickets or call 1-844-GO-CROSS.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
A water main break is flooding streets and causing major traffic problems. Worcester's looking to prevent the use of tobacco in the city. New video shows the moment when an EF1 tornado touched down in Webster.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Holland.
I'm Zach Lanning.
I'm Megan McGeary.
My name is Ed Ryan.
And welcome to College of the Holy Cross. So when I was looking at colleges, I had a ton of questions. Like, can I play my violin?
Too late.
Here's Jeff Wade, the play already in progress, and Wade's got a first down as he picks his way through the secondary and gets out to the 45-yard line. Great run from quarterback Jeff Wade, and the senior showing some leadership, showing some poise.
Force him to commit to respect Oliver back there, and Wade takes the ball himself.
Here's Wade again, and that's
Not
just
that
a
time.
beautiful defensive play. He had both the quarterback and the running back, Jay Hunter Roman, the defensive lineman. He was covering two guys at once there. He cut off Peter Oliver, and then he gets the quarterback.
Yeah, Jay Hunter Roman's the brother of the second tight end. A couple of brothers on the team.
4 wide receivers set. Oliver offset. And the throw is incomplete, intended for DiNicola. Good coverage on the play by the Yale defensive backs.
There was nothing there. Yale had some blanket defense on that side. Blaze Bell was in a slot going down the middle, but took a little too long, I think, to develop.
Deontay Henson was the defensive back. That's the operative word on that play. It just took way too long to develop. Here's Wade on the screen. Blaze Bell, and Bell gets a little Nantucket sleigh ride with the help from his offensive lineman as they push him across midfield down to the 49 in Yale territory. Decision time for the Crusaders.
Quick one, they're bringing the punting unit out.
4th and 4. Again, this is a lot of time left in this game. It's a 2-score game.
You know, one thing I've been on the sideline for the first 2 games for Holy Cross, and it's a relatively young coaching staff in terms of their experience with each other as well. And there's never any kind of panic in the coaches or the players.
Jamal Locke lets it hit and go out of bounds. Jamal Locke picked up a baton. He was back deep to receive that. He picked up a baton and threw it off the field. So the mark has been left. 13-11 to play here in the third quarter. It's 28-14. We're back.
Holy Cross football is back in Worcester. Don't miss family fun and Division I football right in your backyard. Tickets start at just $15. Visit goholycross.com/tickets or call 1-844-GO-CROSS.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
A water main break is flooding streets and causing major traffic problems. Worcester's looking to prevent the use of tobacco in the city. New video shows the moment when an EF1 tornado touched down in Webster.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Holland.
I'm Zach Lanning.
I'm Megan McGeary.
My name is Ed Ryan.
And welcome to College of the Holy Cross. So when I was looking at colleges, I had a ton of questions. Like, can I play my violin and study to be a doctor?
This is where I ask, how many ways can I surprise people?
What does it mean to be on a team?
Who am I and where am I headed?
At Holy Cross,
The more I ask,
The more I learn.
Holy Cross.
ask more.
We are back to Fit and Field. Kevin Shea, Andy Lacombe, Brenna Wilson, and our entire Charter TV3 broadcast crew. And we thank you for tuning in on this glorious Saturday afternoon. It is the home opener for the Crusaders against the defending Ivy League champion Yale Bulldogs. Yale up 28-14. That was the score at the end of the half. This is Yale's first possession of the second half. Kurt Rawlings, their quarterback and all-Ivy performer, hands it off to Zane Dudek, another all-Ivy performer, and Dudek breaks a couple tackles and breaks the way down the sideline. He's inside Holy Cross territory and finally pushed down deep in Crusader territory at the 32-yard line.
Well, you know, he's a tough runner. There's no question about it, but he shows some speed as well as Zane Dudek gets the corner, gets another good block on the edge. They're just blocking up the edge so well is Yale. Jayjay Holland's there again. Jayjay Holland's got a fan crew out there. Mike Lucas, the principal of Tantascwa, is out there taking video of him.
And Rawlings under pressure. Rawlings goes down. It's a good sack for the Holy Cross defense. Lucas used to be the tennis coach here up at Holy Cross.
He still is the tennis coach. He's sitting on the Yale side.
He's going with
I mean,
blood
hey,
thicker
listen,
than water.
that's his guy from high school.
Yeah.
So, you know, he was attended Tantascwa. Lucas is a principal. Does a great job at Tantascwa of promoting his school, his teams, all on Twitter. And I'm sure there's quite a few Tantascwa folks over there cheering on Jayjay Holland. And, man, has he given them stuff to cheer about. Not just the touchdown and the catch. He's doing work
he's
up
good.
front.
He's good. Maybe Joe Beveridge was brought in for a pregame speech. His former coach at Tantascwa, one of the great fiery pregame speech guys. And let's see, Holy Cross, can they hang on? They do. A gang tackle. Corey Stefanik was the first guy through. Stefanik coming up and disrupting that and wrapping up the ball carrier, but it was the pursuit to the football that finishes this off.
Yeah, and that time he got around our guy Holland and it was Stefanik finally getting some sort of pressure on that edge. So not giving up the corner to the tailback on the outside. Yale's working the outside because they've had tremendous success. That time some penetration from Stefanik blew it up.
Corey Stefanik is perfect for this defense, for the Bob Chesney defense. He is perfect. 6'3", 202. He's that combo, that hybrid linebacker safety. Put him in the box and let him go. Tough kid. The throw over the middle is complete, but a flag flies. Stefanik wants it on the offense.
Yeah, it looks like it's against the receiver, and Stefanik was immediately calling it against Klubnik.
Shift. Offense number 14. 5-yard penalty. Replay. Third down.
So they'll move him back 5 yards, and it'll be third down and 25. Yale needs to get down to the 23 of Holy Cross for a first down.
You know,
this is a good, if they can stop here, Holy Cross will get good field position.
Yeah, and if you're Yale, you try to get maybe 10 to 15, you get 15 and then decide.
Lamar's in the backfield with Rawlings. 4 wide receivers set. Holy Cross moving up on the defensive line. They try to create some confusion and some havoc up front. Now they're coming. Rawlings is under pressure. He's going to tuck it and run. He may be over the line of scrimmage when he throws.
Yeah, he was.
It's complete, but he's well over the line of scrimmage.
That's the second time it was been close. This time I think they're going to get him.
Yeah, I think he was well over this time.
So there is the Crusader defense coming up with another play. You know what? The Yale offensive line did a nice job picking up the Holy Cross pressure. They only really sent 4, but they only had 1 guy down.
Offense number 6 was beyond the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Loss of down. 4th down.
They only had 1 down lineman there. They had 3 guys standing up. That's what some teams used to do against Belichick and the Patriots to try to create havoc and confusion. Yale did a pretty good job to pick it up, but there wasn't much downfield.
First punt of the day for the Bulldogs. Richie DiNicola stands at his own 10. It is a booming punt. DiNicola at the 13 fields it. cuts up and gets to the 16-yard line, and that's where the Holy Cross offense will take over, and Jeff Wade, the senior out of Belmont Hill, will come on for Holy Cross.
Well, good little back and forth. Defense is winning the first two series, or two possessions rather, for each team. Or winning the first one on each team, but the first two possessions of the half. But, you know, there's a chance. You hang around, you hang around. This is as that longer it gets, it feels like that Colgate game. They hang around. The problem is they didn't put it together until it was too late offensively against Colgate. Still
Oliver's in the backfield. Oliver gets the call. Oliver gets through the line, takes a big hit, but gets across the 20 to 23, and two Yale players staying down, and Oliver pops up. This is where you talk about condition, and you talk about just sending a message for your team.
Yeah, a little fist
He
bump.
got drilled, and he pops quickly up, and two guys are down.
Well, Oliver is a weight room dude. I mean, he is a guy who can create damage. He just goes north-south, figures it out, takes a hit, delivers one, and takes one, and both of them were shaken up afterwards. And Ollie just gets up, looks good. I'll tell you what, he's looking better each week. Bob Chesney talks about, all right, win or lose, get better. Win or lose, get better. He said that all week to us. Win or lose, get better. And Jeff Oliver's one of those guys who's getting better. And the more he gets better, the better it will be for Holy Cross in the run game, especially if Dominic Cozier is out for any kind of extended period of time. He has not returned after the injury in the first half.
Well, I talked about how Yale wants to get athletes. Everyone wants to get athletes, and Holy Cross's focus is the same thing, get athletes. Peter Oliver is a phenomenal athlete. He was a three-sport athlete. He was hockey, football, and lacrosse. And then he hurt his ankle early on playing hockey during his St. John's football career. The coaches weren't that keen on him playing hockey, and then he just went to, he dropped the lacrosse in the hockey and just went to football. But he's a heck of an athlete. He is a really good athlete. Blitz coming. Wade hands it off to Oliver, straight up the gut. Oliver's got a first down.
Look, he just did get the first down. He got the last four. He was running on his knees.
He is just a bulldog.
Strong-willed dude.
They're going to go right away to Oliver again, straight between the tackles. Oliver gets 2 yards there. But again, if you're able to tempo, when you talk about how hot it is, how humid it is, if you can get tempo, if you can hold on to the ball. Yeah. The key with this is you need to string together first downs. You need to string together drives. Then you can wear a team down.
And don't forget, Peter Oliver was hurt for most of his senior season. He only really played in the Super Bowl game at Gillette Stadium. His legs might be a little fresher, not as much wear and tear on him as the rehab process went on.
Here's Wade with a beautiful fake as he faked it to Oliver, took it himself, and takes his way over the 30 to the 31-yard line.
There was a
It'll
shot.
bring up 3rd down and 5.
Seemed like he took a shot up high near the head at the end. Maybe not late, but. You tell me. You lead with the shoulder onto the head at the end there with all the penalties that are being thrown there.
Let's see. Did Yale jump in the neutral zone first? Holy Cross offensive line, quick to point out, now everyone becomes an amateur lawyer.
Well,
if it's on the defense, it's a first down.
They could get Rob Mcgovern. He is an attorney.
The Jag.
Start. Offense number 63. Wow. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's a tough penalty.
The law school's better at Yale.
Well, that's a tough penalty for Holy Cross because now it's 3rd and 10. But it's a big play. What you have now is you have a big, big play. Justin Bruno's in there now, number 6. And Bruno's a guy that they like. This Holy Cross coaching staff really likes Bruno, too.
Now, what it tells me is Dom Cozier's done for the day.
Bruno's 6'2", 202 pounds from Georgia.
And they have to manage Miles Alexander, make sure he stays healthy as well.
Wade steps up. Wade fires deep, has a man, and DiNicola's got the catch. Huge throw from Jeff Wade on the run, and there's a flag back deep. A hold, and it's going to come back. Wow, the turn of events.
Tough call. Jeff Wade just got into the ref there. It's a tough call. See, I don't know if we saw it. I'll tell you what, DiNicola that time timed his leap, made a great play on the ball, and Wade hung it up there for him. Let's see. Might have been some jersey.
I don't know. The flag came late.
Yeah, I might have just not gotten it out of his pocket fast enough.
It's a beautiful throw from Wade, though. On the run, downfield, and there was great coverage on the play. He had to drop that one right over the defensive back with no margin for error. It was a beautiful throw, but now you're looking at 3rd and 20, and you're on your own 16.
Yeah, you've just flipped the real estate battle on yourself.
Oliver, good job picking up the blitz. Here's DiNicola, and DiNicola wrestled to the turf at the 28-yard line. Well, they do pick up some yardage.
That's
not enough, though.
Yeah, that's an important, 13 yards or so in the field position battle. See if they can get a good punt here.
When you talk about guys being a complete back, that's a guy that can block and run and catch the ball. Peter Oliver is that. He picked up the blitz there, and he did a phenomenal job picking up the blitz. He wasn't standing in the way. He was delivering a blow. Good job by Oliver.
That's a
Holy
boomer.
cross. Beautiful booming punt. And that's a nice catch. That's a tough, tough grab over the shoulder, Jamal Locke.
Yeah, it's not how you draw it up.
Wow.
How he went back there and make the play. It was dangerous there.
Willie Mays
situation
style.
for a few minutes, a few seconds rather. Well, can the Holy Cross defense come up with another stop, and can they keep Yale down on this end of the field? You know, and if you're Yale, can you move? Because it's been a little while now. It's been a few drives. They had a couple of turnovers late in that first half. But they're the last ones to score a touchdown in this one, but it's been a while. Defenses have kind of settled in.
So now it's Rawlings. Hands it off to Dudek. And Dudek's got Stefanik there, as well as a host of other Crusaders. A pickup of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Stefanik filled the hole nicely. Good job by Holy Cross on the edge that time, on the outside, and Stefanik came up, made the play after a couple yards from Dudek. This Yale offensive line really moves. There's some earth movers up there.
Yale going with 2 running backs, too. An old school set, if you will. Here's Dudek, bounces to the outside. Stiff arm, run out of bounds at the 39, and that's another first down for Yale.
Pretty good fight.
Stefanik ran him out
on the outside, and I think the linebacker, Honahan, thought he was held and kind of wrestled down with one arm to the ground. He didn't get the call, but Yale disguised it up well. Their line is big. That group up front.
Corey Stefanik, one of the leaders on this team, the senior. Stefanik, he's battling on the edge there, and there's a flag. He's going to get, I think it's a hold.
Yeah,
it may go for a hold on Yale, because Stefanik was battling with Howland, and it was, I mean, they're just, those two guys are slugging it out. And Stefanik was right by the official. He looked right up.
That'll come back, a big run, negated.
Holding. Offense number 80, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
There's Howland.
He's looking up saying, well, what did I do? You know, and I think it's one of those things. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, you know, I think Honahan got held on the play prior.
Right.
And I don't know if Howland held there.
It might have been a makeup.
I don't know. I'm not suggesting those things happen, Kevin, but, you know, I mean, we are people in the real world.
People are human.
Yep.
So it's first down and 20 for Yale now. Lamar.
Alan Lamar had the big 42-yard run to start things off. He's been limited, really, since. Only had 45 yards at halftime after that opening carry. Dudek's got more of the work, but Yale has a couple of really talented guys there.
So Rawlings will operate from the shotgun with 5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. There's been no scoring here in the second half. Here comes Brady on the blitz. Lamar has a big hole. Lamar slips through a tackle and gets across midfield into Holy Cross territory and has a Yale first down.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Lamar, you know what I love about it? He gets the hole. He gets the edge. He's going to have an opportunity to run out of bounds or dive forward and pick up an extra couple yards. Crusaders having some trouble tackling out there at the perimeter. And just going out. Lamar picking up a few extra.
5'9", 200 pounds. He's a tough guy to bring down. You got to really bring it as a defensive player to get him down on the ground. Look at Lamar. Stiff arm, runs through another tackle. And that's how you got to do it. You got 4 or 5 guys there, and he's still second, third, fourth effort. He's surging forward at the end of the play.
Yeah, and, you know, good job from Holy Cross, and Lang again on the outside. It's not how you kind of draw up the tackle. You see a little attack there as Lang fights off his block. And then he's almost in like a wrestling mode there to try to hang on to the guy until his team can come and help him out. John Smith over there, the defensive back as well.
Dudek comes back into the ball game. Second down and 8 for Yale.
Smith is a true freshman.
A lot of young players for this Holy Cross team getting in there. True freshmen, sophomores. Rawlings going down. Sacked by a host of Crusaders.
And Holy Cross
wanted
wanted a hold there. Brady was coming. The whole group was coming. Look at Brady. Look at, you know, you get that wing around him. Busaroni brings him down. Good pressure from Holy Cross.
So it'll be third down and 10 for Yale as the clock continues to run here in the third quarter of play down to the 3:30 mark. Rollins looks to his right. He's got 4 wide receivers. Dudek is the running back with him. Holy Cross is coming on the blitz. Rawlings throws, and it is incomplete. Wow. Great defense by Joe Lang.
I thought that D Major Roman was going to come down with this, and it was going to be a heck of a play. But at the end of the play, as he's going down to the ground, Lang just fights it away. Great defensive play. Joe Lang having a nice afternoon.
Yeah, Roman's 6'5", Lang is 5'11".
Yeah.
That's a lot of fight in Lang to get up there, battle, and knock it away. In the first game of the year, the Colgate game, 51 players got into the game for Holy Cross. 15 of them were true freshmen. So you're talking about almost just under a third of the players were true freshmen, which is incredible in game 1.
Right.
You know, later in the season, okay, maybe you get a little bit more of the true freshmen. But game 1, that's a lot.
Delay a game penalty against Yale on the punting team. You know, if you're Yale, I mean, your offense has done some really nice things. Had 3 penalties on special teams, at least 3. 2 on extra points.
John Roberts back deep to receive for Holy Cross. Good punt. Booming punt. Roberts calls for the fair catch at the 11 and makes it there. That's an excellent punt. We've got a timeout at Fitton Field. It is Yale 28, Holy Cross 14.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I don't need to drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody? For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
I'm District Attorney Joe Worley, and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here is our message.
If you see someone getting bullied, stand up for them. You never know what a few words can do.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and their communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Bison Pride is the feeling that you get when you're with all of your Nichols friends and you're rooting for your team and your school and your community.
Even though we are a smaller school, you feel the big school vibe here.
Welcome back to Fitton Field on a beautiful September day in New England and in central Massachusetts. Kevin Shea with Andy Lacombe and Brenna Wilson and our entire award-winning Charter TV3 production crew. And we thank you for tuning in. Home opener for Holy Cross, and it is the season opener for Yale.
College football on Charter TV3 presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia and by Bay State Savings Bank.
Well, the Holy Cross offense out on the field. Crusaders trailing it by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. That was the score at the half. We have had no scoring here in the third quarter. Oliver met in the backfield and dropped there. Perfectly executed blitz by that Bulldog defense.
Yeah, it looked like number 40 back there, Blake Hill, getting in the mix again.
Hill's just a sophomore. A lot of sophomores on that defense.
5th tackle for him. One of the leaders, along with Dixon and Dean, in tackles so far in this one.
Dixon, one of the rare returning starters. He's the 2-year starter on the defense. There's 2 of them in the defensive secondary. They're coming on the blitz again. Oliver trying to get to the outside. He's flung down right at the goal line, but he does stay outside the end zone. Woo! Dangerously close.
Man, they are coming. This time the defensive end just sheds the block. He's just outside. It's where the football is. Devin Moore making a nice play, and Peter Oliver just getting the ball outside the end zone line.
As our friend Huey Lewis would say, walking on a thin line. And Oliver gets the carry and bangs forward for 2 yards on the left side.
Talk about a turn of events, a quick 3 and out for Holy Cross because of the defensive pressure from Yale against the run. And the Crusaders had success running the football. Not there.
They went backwards 9 yards. So the onus will be on Derek Ing, the freshman punter, as he will stand in the back of his end zone.
Yeah, he's one boot inside the end line there. He's a shoe size from being out of bounds.
Derek Ing, the freshman, and we got a timeout. A delay of game. It'll be a half the distance.
Oh man, that's gonna.
It just gets more and more crowded. Well, of course, Bob Chesney had Cole Tracy, the great kicker at Assumption, who's now kicking for LSU. And he said Derek Ing is actually ahead of where Tracy was at this point in their careers as true freshmen. Ing is ahead of where Tracy was, and Cole Tracy was the most prolific kicker in the nation in Division II. Ing with a booming punt. Beautiful job by Ing. Locks got it, and great coverage by Holy Cross. It is Terrell Prince on the tackle, and a beautiful punt from the freshman Ing.
48-yard kick for Ing. Gives the Crusader defense a chance. College football on Charter TV3, brought to you by Central Mass Safety Council, Proterra Nissan of Auburn, Holy Cross Athletics, and Nichols College. They've been rotating punters too. Wilkinson and Ing have both punted today for Holy Cross.
So Yale will start right at midfield. Alan Lamar is your running back. Rollins, good job on the low snap. Rollins looks to his left, fires. It's complete to Howland. Howland still on his feet, driven backwards, short of the first down by about a half yard. But a good pickup on first down for Yale.
And he's a matchup problem for Holy Cross. I mean, he's just too big and tall for most of the guys back there. If you don't have a Stefanik nearby, it's going to be tough. And Holland, look at, what's that, 4 guys wrestle him to the turf after 9.
Holland still in there as the tight end on the short side of the field. He slips out, and Rawlings is down. He's sacked by Lang. Great pressure from the Holy Cross defense, and Joe Lang gets him and throws him down all the way back at the Yale 47.
Joe Lang is having a party out there. Making plays, just comes on a straight defensive back blitz. And again, you know, Lang, Stefanik, Hakeem Walcott when he's healthy, playing in that kind of position in the Bob Chesney defense, he says these guys should have a sack a game. They should maybe have a pick a game. They should have a lot of tackles a game. They're going to be around the football a lot.
You know, one thing, too, when you look at it, and you and I have done games here for a while, we'll talk about the field conditions when we come back. This turf is gorgeous. Natural grass, too. Yale up by 2.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody? For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
I'm District Attorney Joe Worley, and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here is our message.
If you see someone getting bullied, stand up for them. You never know what a few words can do.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and their communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Bison Pride is the feeling that you get when you're with all of your Nichols friends and you're rooting for your team and your school and your community.
Even though we are a smaller school, you feel the big school vibe here.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we were talking about the turf and the grass and what they've done. 2 years ago, they resodded this field. And a lot of us have been covering this team for 20-plus years. And a couple on our crew saying, I have never seen the field this good. And walking on the grass, never seen it this good. There was times there was, you know, sand right under it. And when and I looked at it there with Lang had to plant full speed and turn. And a lot of times in years past when they did that, chunks of the turf would fly up and they would fall because their legs would literally slide out from under them. This field is in great shape.
Yeah, and they had guys out at halftime that were repairing divots. And, you know, I mean, he was a longtime football coach, but he was also, I think, an amateur turf consultant, Tom Gilmore. He had a lot to say about this field.
Yeah, he did. Here comes the blitz, and it's Dudek on the screen. Dudek still on his feet. And that second effort gets him an extra 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4. 4th and 4, rather.
Tough Pittsburgh kid almost got him the first down. They're going to bring out the punting group.
These guys are tough to tackle. Both of these running backs for Yale. What a two-headed monster they have.
This is a huge possession for Holy Cross. They need to get points on the board here. There's a lot of time, but they absolutely need something here.
John Roberts is back to receive the punt. Alex Galland hits a line drive, and Roberts is going to have to let it go. Galland's punt is down at the 6-yard line, and that's where the offense will take over. Yale through 3 quarters. It's 398 yards of total offense. Holy Cross 256 yards of total offense. Now, both teams, you remember, Yale had 320 at the half. So less than 80 in the second in that quarter, and Holy Cross had 205 at the half. And so 256, you got 51 for Holy Cross and what, 70-something for Yale, 78 for Yale.
Sure.
So the defense is ruling the third quarter after a real explosive first half of football.
Yeah,
but we've mentioned the heat, and this is when a team can break a big play. There's Peter Oliver. Oliver banging forward, and he gets down to the 8-yard line.
They're just trying to get him a little bit of room.
Carry again by number 36, Peter
See if they can make some sort of play out here. But it's 3rd and long, and you're backed up deep again. See if they take a shot here at a pass to get them a first down, or if they try to keep it on the ground. You're going to have to, I think you're going to have to throw the ball here.
Jeff Wade, the senior, has been the quarterback here in the second half after splitting time in the first half. The blitz is coming. Wade stepping up on the run. He's going to run it himself. And Wade gets a little block at the end from Tenio Ianni, just a little how do you do, excuse me. And it's enough to get Wade an extra 7 yards. Beautiful play by Wade for the first down.
Well, you don't have to throw the ball if you're Jeff Wade, and, good pocket, well protected. He starts to sense the heat and looks downfield, and just look at the Holy Cross guys are looking back like there's still a pass that the Yale guys have to commit to defending them, and by the time they turn around, it's too late. Jeff Wade's got first down yardage and more.
That's a huge play. Huge play. You get out from the shadow of your own end zone. You keep the drive alive. And it opens up what you can do play call-wise as well. Here's Oliver. The zone run. Just I talk about the turf.
They are
a huge divot comes up.
Turf.
I put the whammy on him. A Yale player is down.
No, and that's a guy who's had a nice game is Blake Hill. Hopefully he's just cramping maybe. It's going to get right back up. He's favoring a shoulder, it looks like.
6'1", 226.
Again, now they're repairing the divot. Tenio Ianni is repairing the divot.
That's great. I spoke too soon about the grass.
That thing got shredded up right there. The big divot. Way to go. I told you there was sand under there.
But it literally was. It was just like a beach sand kind of that would be under there when the guys would kick up the turf, and it would roll up like a rug. 2nd down and 7. Yale shows blitz. They're coming. It's Oliver to the right side on the stretch play. Oliver spins out of one tackle. Good team defense.
Yeah, just got back to the line of scrimmage with all that effort. Yale stringing the play along. Oh, Yale was picked to repeat as Ivy League champions, and man, they're showing why. This is their first game, so they do have a scrimmage. They had a scrimmage against Brown. Their guys told me they don't play any ones in the Brown game, but they scrimmage, so they get a little bit of stuff in there. But that's all they had prior to today.
Bruno, the freshman, is the running back now with Wade. Wade, play action. Wade pulls it down. Now he's going to run it. He's got a lot of room on the left side. Flag goes down, so this one will probably come back no matter what. Beautiful throw as he hit Tenio Ianni, who lost his helmet, and it would have been good enough for a first down. But again, the flag comes down. You're seeing the poise, though, of the senior Wade. Getting out of pressure, out of a grasp, running to his left. That's a great throw, arm strength.
Holding, offense number 63. 10-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
Now they get Brian Foley on the hold. Tough one because it erases a first down, throw and catch. Wade has been, I think, pretty good today. I mean, it's really tough to fill the shoes of a quarterback like Peter Pujols. And Holy Cross has had a stretch of quarterbacks. Dom Randolph, Ryan Taggart. They've had some guys that have really been able to light it up offensively.
So 3rd down and 17 from their own 23-yard line. Wade, pump fake. Now he's going deep. Has a man out there. It's caught. And it's a first down and more across midfield into Yale territory. Beautiful play. Spencer Gilliam, the freshman, hauls it in.
And it's a good play, as you talked about his speed and his breakaway speed, designed to give him a chance to break away. They fake a little wheel route look to Blaze Bell, and they hit the guy on the big play. They hit Spencer Gilliam. Yeah, there's a little fake, and then downfield. There's just a little bit more field on that side, and he might be able to show that speed.
See, and you're throwing all these short routes, and so the defense starts to think, well, listen, they're not going to throw the ball over my head. I'm going to creep up. They're going to throw the out. You see the out, and your eyes light up as a defensive back. Here's Wade, hands it off to Bruno. Bruno, the freshman, belted down after a pickup of 1.
Now you start to look at the body language here in the fourth quarter as we're getting down to 11 minutes left. Who's the fresher team? Who's the stronger team? In the Colgate game, it was clearly Holy Cross. Yale looks still pretty good. So this is going to be a dogfight here for the next 10 minutes if Holy Cross wants to get back into it.
It's been a good tug of war in the second half. No scoring. Yale up on the receivers, all but one of the 4 receivers. The blitz is coming. Wade stands in, fires underneath, incomplete. It was behind the intended receiver, Blaze Bell.
Wade's pass is incomplete.
He's getting time, though, from his offensive line.
Yeah,
that was a great pocket.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Even on the play where he ran from the shadow of his own end zone, he had pretty good time. You know, you can only protect for so long. And that offensive line's done a nice job taking care of their quarterbacks. There have been a couple of sacks. Each quarterback's been sacked once, but that was early on.
3rd down and 10. Holy Cross needs to get to the Yale 35 for the first down. Oliver's in the backfield. Max Durrell is the center. He turned around to communicate something to Wade. Wade steps out of pressure, goes to the right side, has some room to run. He's going deep down the sideline. Incomplete, intended for Dorsey.
Wasn't able to kind of square it up. He had some time if he kind of set himself a little bit on the run to try to hit Dorsey, who was starting to pull away from his man, but unable to do so. And, you know, Bob Chesney's going to go over there. He's going to talk to him about it.
Punting for Holy Cross is number 47, Cody
All right,
Wilkinson.
get better.
And so one thing Chesney does too, he does it so well, is he's not going to scream and yell at guys, especially during a game. It's a, you know, what did you see? Okay, good, because we're all in this together.
It's a great punt, by the way.
And that's what you don't want, guys pointing fingers, and that's certainly the goal here, and you're not getting it from Holy Cross through the first 2 games. 10:18 to play in the game. It's 28-14 Bulldogs.
With my Bay State Savings Bank mobile app, I don't need to drive to a local branch to deposit my money. I can deposit a check just by taking a picture on my phone. Anywhere, anytime. Done. I just saved on gas and saved myself some time. It's a win for everybody.
For everybody?
For everybody.
For everybody? For everybody.
For everybody.
I know.
Bay State Savings Bank is proud to sponsor the Friday Night Football Frenzy. Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
Accidents involving distracted driving injured over 400,000 Americans last year. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car or motorcycle accident, before you call your insurance company, call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. Our attorneys have helped tens of thousands of clients receive millions of dollars in settlements for over 50 years. Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless you do.
Hi, I'm Mike Demers, General Sales Manager here at Bertera Nissan in Auburn. We'll give you the best price and leave you happy every single time.
Our local team is ready to provide you with an unparalleled customer experience.
Save $6,000 off MSRP on a brand new 2018 Nissan Rogue Model S.
I want to invite you to come down and experience the #1 Nissan dealership for sales, service, and parts in Central New England.
Bertera Nissan, Route 20, Auburn, Massachusetts.
Welcome back. Rawlings from his own end zone out of the shotgun with Dudek behind him. Hands it off. Dudek straight up the middle. Dudek breaks to the left side. To the 15. He's got a first down and more. Dudek down the sideline and finally knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A big pickup for the Bulldogs on first down.
It was a great punt by Cody Wilkinson to pin him down there inside the 4, and then Dudek just does his job. Big hole opened up on the left side of that offensive line, and then the receivers get out and get after it in the defensive secondary. Big play from Yale.
Both of these running backs have tremendous vision for Yale. When you can get them to the second level, they see things very quickly how they open up. Here's Dudek again between the tackles, straight up the middle. And this one goes for 5.
And they show a little different look this time with the offensive line blocking scheme. Sterling Strother is a 3-year starter. essentially. Number 74 for Yale on the outside. He is a big individual and has done a big bit of work here today for this Yale offensive line. There he is, 74. There's Major Roman right next to him, the tight end. 2 tight end set here with Holland on the near side.
Power football. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Dudek gets the call. Dudek gets a good kick out block by Howland on the outside and follows his big tight end for a first down.
Yeah, this outside block, first of all, it's Holland on the outside, and then it's the block by number 75 on the right side of the line. Doing a great job, Cameron Warfield, a sophomore, and he just won the battle at the line of scrimmage for the running back to pick up the yardage.
First down for Yale. They continue with that 2 tight end set. And this is Tony Reno telling his team, we're going to play power football right now. It's on you guys to seal this away. And they go up over the middle. Incomplete. Rollins taking a shot there.
Yeah,
for Howling.
Yeah, Jayjay Holland had a little bit. He hadn't quite gotten his separation yet. Too much on the pass. But he's had a good battle with Stefanik on the blocking side, in pass coverage. Now they got Lang on him here on the near side.
Second down and 10. They loosen up the formation. 4 wide receiver set. No tight end in there now. Play action. Rawlings slings it out. And flag comes down. Ryan Brady on the stop, so this one may come back, though. It was Reed Klubnik.
They're going to get offensive pass interference against Holland. They're going to say start blocking early, I believe, but the flag came in late. That would be my guess. I watched Holland to see if he started blocking before the throw was made. And it looked like he had squared in. Let's see. Have a little discussion.
Pass interference. Offense number 80. 15-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
Yale doesn't like it.
Yeah, we have the mic on the Yale side, so you can get their kind of reaction. I mean, I don't know. Tough to tell from that angle, but Holland looked like he was kind of engaged in the block before the throw. And it's just a little timing thing. I mean, let's not forget, he's a sophomore with 4 or 5 years of football experience.
And his first start.
Making his first start.
Yale is closing in on 300 yards rushing.
And the people out there watching, yeah, he's a local Central Mass kid, so we're going to defend him a little bit.
Of course we are.
People watching all over the land. It's okay. Don't send any mail. We're going to defend JJ. He's one of our guys from Central Mass. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the right call, 100% offensive pass interference.
But think of what he's done here, just as a sophomore. You know, and it's the Ivy League is kind of like the Patriot League. You can get a medical red shirt if you're injured, but you're not going to be able to red shirt just to help you get bigger, faster, stronger. So he's a true sophomore right now.
True that. Central Mass College Football on Charter TV3, brought to you by Unibank, the Sullivan Group, Poochie's Fine Jewelry, and by Milford Federal.
So Howland's a guy that, you know, just through a lot of hard work, and he's had great coaches and great mentors and stuff, but let's not forget all the work that he's put in at Tantascwa, then at Choate, and then here now at Yale to get stronger and to make himself a great football player. He's a guy that probably the next or one of the next of the Central Mass guys we'll be talking about in the NFL.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
It's crazy.
Can you imagine that, if that's the case? I mean, he keeps working, he keeps developing. There's no question he has an opportunity to be at the next level.
3 years from now, when we're talking about the NFL draft, we'll be using the highlights from this game.
Yep. We'll be at Joe Beveridge's house. Bev, you have to invite us over.
I like it. Here's Lamar. Lang got him and held on. Lamar gets out to the 31-yard line. Good sure-handed tackle by Lang.
I really like Lang. He's, you know, getting a chance to see him a little bit more here in this week. He's been good the first couple of weeks, but comes up here, just does get a piece of Lamar. Lamar gets away. He's free for a while. Nice job. Big play for the defense. Hey, there's still time. It's almost like you're getting lulled to sleep here a little bit, but there's 7:40 left to go.
Rawlings with 4 wide receivers, dumps it over the middle on a little slip route, and Ryan Brady got a piece of him. Riley cleans him up. Good defense, team defense from Holy Cross on Jamal Locke. Short of the first down, the punting unit comes out for Yale.
Big play by that defense. Yale, if they can execute the punt, will put Holy Cross back a little ways. And it'll be up to that offense to do something, generate something here in the second half.
John Roberts back for Holy Cross, stands at his own 22. Gallen, big punt. Roberts, fair catch. Nope, he didn't fair catch it at the 20-yard line. The right hand looked like it waved a little bit, but Holy Cross's offense will come out at their own 20, trailing by 2 scores.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
With the tremendous growth of life sciences both globally and locally, we've dedicated our resources to build a strong, knowledgeable, and responsive team to meet the insurance and risk management needs of this dynamic industry.
Our personal lines team will make sure your home, your car, your personal belongings, and most importantly, your family are protected.
The Sullivan Group has the resources, the carriers, and the coverage to protect you and your business.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
We are back to Fit and Field, everyone, with 6:45 to play in the game. 28-14, that was the score at the half. It has been a stalemate here in the second half between these two teams. Jeff Wade looks things over. Now he changes the play at the line of scrimmage. 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the top of the screen, 1 to the near side. Peter Oliver's in the backfield. Make it Bruno, the other freshman running back. Wade to throw. Wade's looking for Bruno. Now he's going down the sideline for Bruno, and it's intercepted.
No.
Out of bounds. He was out of bounds. Rodney Thomas, the sophomore, did a nice job to read the quarterback's eyes. He was a cornerback last year. Thomas, he's a free safety this year. Good break on it.
He did a nice job. Again, slow to develop and really not much there. It would have had to be a perfect ball to get Bruno. It was well defended by Yale.
Second down and 10 for Holy Cross. Wade looks to his right, fires underneath. It's complete there. And Blaze Bell's upended. No, it's Tenio Ieni. Ieni's upended at the 26-yard line.
You know, the problem, and the problem right now, why isn't Holy Cross moving like they did earlier? Dominic Cozier is a guy, when you get him in space, he can make things happen. He's not in the game. You need to find another athlete, get them in space, and see if they can make a play. I think what they're trying to do with Ieni there.
Here's Wade underneath, and it is caught. Nice catch. Low to the turf for the first down. A good grab that time from Dorsey, the senior. Coach has talked about his catching radius. They said it's phenomenal. Anything that's thrown to him, he's got a phenomenal catch radius. Well, that keeps the drive alive. Yale shows blitz. They're coming, and Wade slips away from the defender. Wade gets to the outside, and he's still on his feet, and he runs out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Beautiful job by Jeff Wade to stay on his feet and pick up the first down.
He's the leading rusher for the Crusaders in this game. Now, showing some strength and showing some grit right there, right? You know, late in the game, things aren't going your way. You could go down there. He fights it off.
The screen to Bell. Blaze Bell across midfield. And brought down at the 47 of Yale.
He tweaked his knee.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
And the Crusaders are desperately thin on offensive playmakers with guys that are down to injury right now.
That's one of your co-captains too, Blaze Bell. Came here as a quarterback and played a little quarterback for Holy Cross before converting to wide receiver.
Yeah, talked to him in the preseason. He was really excited about the year and just about the group and being able to come back and play another fall. But there's Wade. Getting to the outside. He saw, and I don't know if you saw in that camera shot, but Bob Chesney sitting on the sideline, he's just pointing. Go downfield, downfield, downfield. Eventually he needs his quarterback to get out of bounds because you need Wade to stay healthy. He's the only one who's moved the football with any regularity here in this game.
So Blaze Bell down on the ground. Senior wide receiver. The leading wide receiver on this team from a year ago. And just a physical presence, a leader for this squad. And again, it did not look good as he was trying to stretch and a defender had him around the legs. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for Holy Cross from the Yale 47-yard line. Let's see, Bell getting up to his feet.
Helmet's off, and he's can come off under his own power. That's not
a good sign.
It's not terrible, but we'll hope that Blaze Bell will be okay. They need him.
Yeah, they do.
They need him in more ways than one. He's a presence, as you mentioned, a leader.
Jeff Wade from the shotgun on 2nd and 1. Wade play action, pointing, directing traffic, going deep. Flag goes down. It's intended for Dorsey, and it's incomplete, but a flag flies, and this will be on the defense for holding.
Yeah, it was away from the play. It might have been on Gilliam, the man defending Gilliam. Wade's pointing down.
Yeah.
Wade's got that fifth-year swagger.
Defense number 6. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Yeah, it was away from the play, but it keeps everything going for Holy Cross. And you talk about the catching radius. There was no business for Dorsey to be even close to making a play on that ball. He almost did. It was not really in the vicinity, and Dorsey almost came down with it. That tells you a little bit about what the coaches are talking about.
So with the penalty, it's an automatic first down, a 10-yard penalty. So now Holy Cross at the Yale 36-yard line. And it's Wade keeping it himself, and Wade going forward and getting inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. What a play by Wade. He held that in Oliver's stomach for a long time, riding his running back.
He did, and you know what? It worked for a touchdown earlier to Miles Alexander when he held it and gave it off to Miles, and it works there. He's reading it pretty well right now.
Here comes the blitz again. Pump fake. Wade looking to go deep. Now he does go deep for Dorsey. He caught it for the touchdown. What a grab by Martin Dorsey. And the Crusaders are one touchdown away from tying it up. Spectacular.
Yeah, there's a little bit of swagger now with Wade. He just stepped into that one, planted it, and gave Dorsey the chance to go get it and catch radius. Now, they're going to have to review it. They review, again, in the Patriot League, they review scoring plays if they feel, the referees on the field feel they need confirmation. So they will be reviewed. Now, there's a booth up to the right of the normal press box And that's where the gentlemen review it, but let's see if we can see it. It's tough with the sun on our monitor right now. Yeah, it looked okay. And I think it's a situation where the officials on the field call it a touchdown knowing that there's going to be a review.
Is that enough to overturn? I don't know.
I don't think it is. I can't tell, though, because, again,
I know
there's
the
sun
glare's
on the
hit
monitor.
Let's see.
That would have been our best look, the last one.
You can't tell. I don't know that
I
they're
think
going to
the guys on the field make the call. It stands. Now, you can you get a review if the officials think it's a close play. You also coaches have reviews, but the officials told us prior to the game they haven't seen a lot of coaches use that yet, because typically they review anything that's close anyway. And Bob Chesney talked about a couple opportunities in the Colgate game where he did not use it.
The ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Wade to Dorsey. 6 now. 4:32 to play in the game. Plenty of time. They still have 3 timeouts. You're down by a touchdown. Wow. Ing is on for the point after. And Ing puts it perfectly through the middle of the uprights. Jeff Wade to Martin Dorsey. Holy Cross strikes first here in the second half. It's 28-21 now.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
With the tremendous growth of life sciences both globally and locally, we've dedicated our resources to build a strong, knowledgeable, and responsive team to meet the insurance and risk management needs of this dynamic industry.
Our personal lines team will make sure your home, your car, your personal belongings, and most importantly, your family are protected.
The Sullivan Group has the resources, the carriers, and the coverage to protect you and your business.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston. Looking for a local lender you can trust? Come to Milford Federal. Our great rates, low closing costs, and personalized customer service have made us your family financial center for over 130 years. Apply online or visit us at one of our branches today.
Welcome back. Good crowd here on hand at Fitton Field, the home opener for the Crusaders. 28-21, Holy Cross down by a touchdown. Brenna, what do you have for us?
So they were just looking at Blaze Bell. He was running a few little routes, trying out his knee, and he went right back, grabbed his helmet, so we might be seeing a little bit more of him.
That's good news for Holy Cross fans and certainly the coaching staff as well. And now the teams come into their respective sidelines. They were lined up for the kickoff. 4:32 to play in this game, 28-21. Yale in front. Yale jumped out to a 21-0 lead in this game, and very quickly.
It feels, it has that feel of the Colgate game. In all 3 games Holy Cross has played, they have gotten off to just horrific starts. And so that's one thing the coaches are going to point to. Hey, we were down 14-0 in a blink of an eye at Colgate, at Boston College, and here at home against Yale. We have to have better starts because we're finishing games, at least the Colgate game and this game to this point, but you have to have that better start. Can they get a total finish this time around? Watch how they make Yale look at it. They start this way every time, Holy Cross does, so.
Cody Wilkinson will kick it off for Holy Cross. Melvin Rouse is back deep to receive for Yale. He took the opening kickoff back 100 yards for a touchdown. That play looms very large right now in a 7-point game. Wilkinson bombs this one, and it hits and goes out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Nicely done. Wilkinson's been a pretty good weapon here. You know, he had the great punt that pinned Yale back, and then kick through the end zone. Keep the ball away from Rouse, who showed his dangerous skill as a kick returner.
So that Holy Cross defense being called upon one more time to hold the fort and get the ball back to their offense.
I hope you applied the sunscreen of SPF like 100 out there if you're sitting on those metal benches here at Fitton.
You might as well be on tinfoil. Here's Dudek. And nothing doing. Holy Cross, the defensive line and the linebackers holding their ground.
All right, if you're Yale, let's see, they sort the pile out here. Hopefully nobody's, okay, everybody's good. If you're Yale, you feed the middle here, and then do you go to the exterior where you've had so much success? Do you set up the outside with a spread look here?
See what they do. Rawlings just lets that clock run down. 9 seconds on the play clock and continuing to roll. Gets it, pulls it out and throws it. And Klubnik has it. And he's going to be close to a first down.
Klubnik is close. Right out the 35. Yeah, they're going to move the chains.
The play results in a first down for the Bulldogs.
Rawlings, smart player, just a junior, but he's letting that play clock run down. The last time he snapped it with 4 seconds on the play clock, as Yale tries to eat up as much time as they can. Rawlings calling out the cadence now and snaps it with 6 seconds on the clock. Here's Dudek. Dudek picking his way to the outside. Flag goes down. Dudek picks up 7 on first down, but again, the flag will probably bring this one back, and it stops the clock as well.
Yeah, it looks like it's a hold.
Personal foul, tripping, offense number 73, 15-yard penalty, replay, down.
That's worse if you're Yale.
Down.
15-yard penalty for the trip. You lose the yardage, the clock still stops.
This is where, now, if Holy Cross gets a stop here on first down, maybe Coach Chesney uses the timeout right away, because now you're looking at 1st and 25. If you can get a stop here, you start to use your timeouts. Say, this is our shot. It's under 3 minutes to play in the game. Rollins fires complete. Klubnik picks up the 15 yards from the penalty, so he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Got it all back.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
You're still kind of behind the chains, though, if you're Yale, so you're still okay if you're Holy Cross and you can come up and make a play here. And then you might see a timeout.
They'll get one at the 2-minute warning, so if Holy Cross stops them here.
Bob Chesney's taking a long look at that clock on the near sideline. They've taken it down to the 7 or 6 second mark. 6, 5 on the play clock. Under 5 now. Each time.
Dudek. Dudek stacked up at the line of scrimmage. And Bob Chesney calls for the timeout with 2:03 remaining.
Now there's time. It's 3rd and 9, and if you can get a stop here and a quick timeout, you've got the ball with a minute 55 or so.
You'll get the 2-minute warning at the end of this play.
Right. The key is to make this stop. You don't get this stop, you have to use your remaining 2 timeouts, and then that might be it. This will be the big play of the game, or at least one of them. Yale could decide to keep going, but it all depends on what happens here on 3rd and 9.
I'll tell you what, and you and I have talked about this, but you can't overstate this as someone who's watched this Holy Cross football program now closely for 21 years, the last 21 years. The fact that this is dead, well, actually Holy Cross is winning the second half battle 7-0.
Yeah. They are finishing. They're better in the second half than they are in the first half, which is different.
Yes.
It's definitely a different feeling.
Holy Cross is showing blitz. Rollins looks over at the sideline for a different play. The play clock is down to 7. Rollins changes the play. The center directing traffic and setting the protection. Holy Cross only rushes 3.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful job by Lang in the open field to make the tackle. And then the clock will stop for the 2-minute warning.
They charge the timeout to Holy Cross. 1:58 left. 4th and 7 coming. You'd think a punt for Yale. Holy Cross gets the ball with a lot of time on the clock. You know, and you're at a point. All right, hey, you finished the game against Colgate, and you could have kept going if you got something to go your way. You know, you're finishing the game here against Yale, but if you fall 7 points short, it's not going to be as nice.
No, there's no moral victories.
No moral victories. Are you improving?
Yes.
Yeah. But
yeah, this is the defending Ivy League champion.
The issue is this.
To win it again.
The issue is this. You got to get better in the first 10 minutes of the football game and come out flying a little bit better in the first 10 minutes, because that's been the big difference. It's been such a disparity in the first quarter of the the Colgate game and this game that even a great fourth quarter hasn't been able to bring them back.
Now, special teams. Bob Chesney was known for this at Assumption. How many punts and kickoffs did they take back for touchdowns last year? This punt hits, takes a Yale bounce. Inside the 30, it'll be downed at the 26-yard line with 1:47 to play in the game. Holy Cross with just 1 timeout remaining.
Quick disclaimer, there's a guy named Deontay Harris at Assumption that kind of helps with that success rate. Drew Kane and the coach, the special teams coach there and now here at Holy Cross, does a great job. Here come the Crusaders, 1:47 to play, 1 timeout left. Big opportunity in front of him.
In the backfield, 4 wide receivers. Wade looks to his left, fires complete. Oh, what a hit!
He caught the ball.
Wow. That's the freshman who hung on to that one, Gilliam, and he took a wicked shot from Kurt Rawlings, or rather, Allberg.
Wow. Whew. Going deep. Catch radius.
A one-handed grab, incomplete. Wow.
You got to be kidding me with that effort. My goodness. Let's see. Yeah.
Ooh, like just out of bounds.
Looks like that front toe was on the line.
OBJ, eat your heart out.
Catch radius.
3rd and 4. 4-down territory for Holy Cross, but they like to get the first down right here. Wade with 1:24 remaining in the game. Wade looks to his right, fires, and it is complete. Tenio Ianni has it and gets out of bounds. Has a first down and gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
He had to fight to get that ball, and he did a great job. Strong hands, Tenio Ianni goes up and gets it. Good defense. The Yale defender just turned around a hair late.
Here's Wade looking to his left, going deep for Blaze Bell. Bell's got it. Bell's inside the 30. Blaze Bell coming off the deck with a sensational catch for the Crusaders.
Oh, here's the catch. That's Ianni. And then Bell to the other side with the grab. Brenna said he was coming back healthy. He made a play.
And now Yale wants a timeout. Yale wants to regroup.
Look at the energy on the near sideline. They are in a frenzy.
1:12 to play in the game. Holy Cross at the Yale 30. What a ball.
Here is Blaze Bell going up and making a play. It's a good ball. And Bell with a step on his defender. Jeff Wade's making a case, friends. Yep. Making a case for himself.
Wow. That's a great throw. Great concentration by Bell. Down to the 30-yard line with 1:12 to go. You still have a timeout. And it's plenty of time to throw down the middle of the field. When you're at the 30, you know, you don't have to throw everything to the sideline right now because they're at the 30, because 112, because you have a timeout. 4 wide receivers. Look at Peter Oliver, though, still in the backfield. He could slip out. Picks up the block right now. And incomplete. Did the defender get there early? Okay, they say no.
I don't think that was going to be caught if he threw it outside like that.
Good job by Oliver picking up the blitz.
Have the opportunity now with 107, 2nd and 10. And again, we've been talking about that Colgate game, and Sean Grady, our director, he and I were there. All they wanted was a chance to come back down 7. Their defense makes the stop here. This is what's different. Can they convert it?
Yale's coming. They're coming on the blitz. Oliver picks it up again, going to Bell down the sideline. Incomplete. And I think the pass was out of bounds, and if it's closer, maybe you get something, but it was out of bounds. It wasn't going to be catchable. Good battle on that near sideline.
Well, I like they're trying to go after Bell. Trying to go after the 5-year guy there, Bell. Tenio Ayeni would be a good bet. See where the safety goes.
Could go with something underneath here, too, with a 3rd down and 10. 1:02 to play. But you got the timeout. Wade, under pressure, fires up, and he was looking for the freshman. Threw it away and out of bounds as he had the heat coming on him. It was a smart play by the veteran Wade. You can't take a sack in that situation.
Holy Cross is going to use their last time out here and drop whatever play they can think of, their best play, and try to make it happen here. Good job on that last play defensively from Yale. They had everybody covered, and they were coming. The pocket was collapsing on Jeff Wade. Where do you go?
Bob Chesney calling his team over there.
Where do you go? You know, the other thing, too, is Miles Alexander has not been in the game. His helmet's been off for a long time. You see him right there, number 9. So Kozier's out. Alexander's out.
You got 2 true freshmen that have been your running backs the entire second half.
You know, so you've got some options that have been taken away. Blaze Bell, Tenio Ayeni, and catch radius, Martin Dorsey.
He's been great. Spider-Man.
So, you know what? If you have Dorsey on a matchup with his size, or maybe you use Dorsey to free up Gilliam on the inside, but you need to stack the deck somewhere so you can get some sort of a man-up advantage here.
Yale is an aggressive defense. That has been their style under Tony Reno. So you would expect someone's coming. You would expect them to send at least someone. They line up rushing 4.
Play of the game.
Holy Cross needs to get to the 20-yard line for a 1st down. They rush 4. Wade has time. Wade over the middle, has a man. Caught for the touchdown. Touchdown, Spencer Gilliam, the freshman.
Breakaway speed.
Wow.
He broke at the last minute. Got the step. Oh, baby.
Wade to Gilliam, and the electricity is back at Fitton Field. They're a point after away from tying this game up.
Don't sleep on the freshman, the National Special Teamer of the Week in the FCS. This is a big kick.
This is a pressure kick for another freshman. It is up and through. Nice job by John Roberts, the holder, because that was a low snap.
He did a good job on that hold. There's no question about it, Kev. Here's a look at the score. Gilliam up the middle, and it's just the last bit of separation, and Wade just threads it. Jeff Wade has thrown some balls that, you know, haven't looked all that good, and then he's thrown some just brilliant strikes here today. And that one just down the chute, and you talked about that separation speed. Might be able to see it here at the top of your picture. He just does get free there. Just outside, and it's just perfectly fed by Jeff Wade.
Yale rushed 4. They were stunting up front, and the offensive line did a great job of getting the pocket to Wade. They protected they made that shell all around him and allowed him to step up and to see straight down the field. He had no pressure coming directly at him, and he delivers a perfect ball.
My goodness. What a game.
Wow.
Wow, hey, 14-0 with 2 minutes gone. I mean, we're looking at each other going,
oh, boy.
I mean, what are we going to do?
Couldn't
what are we going to talk
worse.
about the rest of the game?
Yeah, couldn't be any worse of a start for Holy Cross. They've won the second half, and right now they are tied with Yale. So what do? Do you kick it deep, or do you squib it? I guess the best thing is to try to pound it into the end zone if you can.
Yeah,
and let Yale come out to
you
the
try
25.
to do exactly what you did last time.
Wilkinson is the kicker.
Let's not forget that Gallant's a pretty good kicker for Yale. So field goal can win it.
But you want to talk about improving each week, and you come close at Colgate, the preseason pick to win the league. BC's a wagon. Here's Wilkinson, just pounds this ball deep into the end zone. Yale will come out at the 25 with 52 seconds left. And now you're playing the defending Ivy League champs, the preseason pick to win the Ivy League again. And you go down 14-0 with 2 minutes gone, and you come back off the deck, and you tie it up late, 28-all. This is a statement for this Holy Cross football team, a character statement.
It is a character statement, and it would mean more if they end up winning it.
It would
There's
mean
still
a ton.
a lot going on here. A lot of football, 52 seconds.
Yale has one timeout.
Yale's got some guys that can burn, that can move. Again, they're a little thin at receiver. 3 or 4 guys injured, so some different faces in there.
4 men on the line for Holy Cross. Rawlings, the all-league quarterback. And this one's blown dead before it starts.
Delay of game.
5-yard penalty, it's a good one. This is a good one for Holy Cross.
Delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense number 6. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jeff Pumphrey, he's gotten his share of airtime today. They've been busy. Just the right amount, I think, but they've done a good job, this crew.
So Yale's at their own 20 now. 28 all. 52 seconds remaining. Yale has the timeout. Holy Cross rushes 3. Rawlings underneath, complete. Klubnik has it. He's short of the first down. Inside the field of play, so the clock continues to run. Under 40 seconds to play now. It'll be 2nd and 1. Clock is running, under 30 seconds to play now. Rawlings has got to get this thing off quickly. Pump fake, he looks to go deep, he's got some time, and he's hit and sacked from behind. Big play from the Holy Cross defense.
They're going to take
Teddy
this.
Capsis.
Yeah, he's thinking about the timeout as Tony Reno. They might just take this right to overtime. He approached the ref and he thought better of it. We're going to an extra frame.
Teddy Capsis was relentless in his rush. And he comes up with the sack, and we are going to overtime. The Crusaders and the Bulldogs tied at 28. We're going to need an extra frame to settle this one.
Yeah, this is one of those games. Different plays going for you. Here's the pressure coming. Ebo bringing it straight ahead with 2 guys on him. They didn't rush that many. And Teddy Capsis has been close a couple of times, gets home.
Rawlings did a great job to hold on to the football.
Yeah.
Watch the replay here. Capsis is a big dude coming. He hits him from behind, and Rawlings holds on to the ball.
Yeah. How does he hang on to the football?
If he doesn't, Holy Cross is in field position right there. If they were to recover it, you know. Look at that.
And I think that's, that type of thing, that type of reasoning is why Tony Reno says we're going to go to overtime. We're not going to try to have a possibility of a turnover in our end. We'll go to OT and see if they can win it on the road, says Yale, and then Holy Cross, can they come all the way back? I mean, if you do, it's a season-changing development for Holy Cross. There's still, obviously, UNH, Harvard, Dartmouth ahead. Not in that order. And so there's still a lot of challenges. And this isn't a game that they have to win by any means. They need their Patriot League games, Bucknell, Lehigh, Lafayette, to be wins. But
this would do a lot.
This would do a lot. After the first couple of weeks, this would do a lot. And I'm sure it would take a little off of Coach Chesney, who's searching for his first win as a Crusader head coach.
There's Tony Reno talking to the officials now. What a game. What a game we have had here today.
Yeah. It's been good. And you can see why Tony Reno is the FCS New England Coach of the Year, or the D1 Coach of the Year in New England, Boston Gridiron Club, New England Football Writers, naming him that from a year ago. He's done a tremendous job. And Yale comes out with their one captain, as is tradition.
Nicholas Crowell. He's in his 5th year. He lost a year. He got injured his freshman year in the Army game, a high ankle sprain, and was never able to come back that year.
He's battled injury almost every year he's played. He's been effective when he's been healthy.
He's an energy guy, no nonsense guy, according to his coach, Tony Reno. And you know what Coach Reno said is he has a lot of incorporated leaders around him. It's not just on him. It doesn't fall all on him.
I was reading on Yale's captaincy, and they have 8 off-season captains, and they pick one to be the captain for the season. But so they do have, you're right, that incorporated leadership. See how the coin flip went.
Let's see.
Usually, if you win it, you put your defense on the field first.
Yep,
that's what they've done.
What happened?
Holy Cross wins the toss. They put their defense out there first. See if they can get a stop. Overtime is here. Little club music going through the stadium.
Well,
it's time.
These fans have had a lot of entertaining football here today, and it has not ended with regulation. As we are going into overtime, Bob Chesney talking to his team. What a comeback by this Holy Cross squad to come back down 21-0 early on, opening minutes of the game, and to come back and tie it up at 28-all. We go to overtime with the defending Ivy League champs. Yale will get it first.
They get it at the 25 and have the opportunity. Try to put it in first, and the Crusaders will get the chance to match, and we'll go as long as it takes.
Who's got more in the tank right now? On a steamy day, a muggy day, Rawlings, all Ivy League performer, hands it off to Lamar on first down, and Holy Cross's defense is right there. Capsis and company making the stop. I think Neil Borster was one of them in there as well. A couple seniors.
No good on the play, brings up 2nd down and 10.
Jake McCardle in there, 93. Up the middle, they're tough. They've been tough. The edge has been the issue where Yale has been able to get outside at times.
Lamar is in the backfield. Rawlings from the shotgun. Rawlings snaps, fires to his right. It is caught. And out of bounds there. Klubnik has it. Baker on the stop. It'll be 3rd down and 1. So the defense called upon to make a big stop here in short yardage.
That's a good matchup if you're Yale. It's against a freshman and John Smith. Klubnik against Smith. Smith does a nice job of an open field tackle there. Do they go back there?
He's 6'3" and 200 pounds. Klubnik. Rawlings shovel pass forward.
Ball's out.
First down, loose football. Holy Cross has the ball. Oh, it's incomplete. They're going to say it never He never had possession, an incomplete pass.
Yep, he did not possess the football. It's a huge break. Let's see.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait a minute.
No, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if you can say he made a move upfield.
Let's see. I mean, he's got it 1, 2 feet down. He's looking upfield. The shoulders get squared.
I don't know. I think it's.
Do they review it?
It could be reviewable, but if Bob Chesney wants it reviewed.
2, and then it's out.
I don't know. I don't know that there's a move, but I think why not take a look at it?
Yeah, you got to challenge it.
On the field, an incomplete pass. The previous play is under review.
Well, I'll tell you what, these days, in this day and age, you never know what's complete and incomplete.
That's a valid point.
Old school, that's a fumble. In the old way, that's a fumble because he caught it and 2 feet are down.
But you have to make a football move upfield.
Yeah, in the new.
Did he do that?
The new way, let's see. But look where he catches. His back is turned, then he turns his. Where the numbers are when he catches it, where's the numbers are when he's.
From what I've seen on film, that's incomplete 9 times out of 10.
Yes, in the new era. But right there, you got 2 steps and you're going upfield. You're looking upfield. I don't know.
Let's see.
Look at, he's upfield. He's going upfield.
The ball's already out.
That's a good defensive play.
Either way, it's 4th and 1. And if you're Tony Reno, do you kick the field goal? Yep, they've reviewed it. It's 4th down.
Jake McCardle was the man on the tackle for Holy Cross.
So now do you kick if you're Reno? Or do
I think you have to.
Do you go?
I think you got to kick. You got to put points on the board and then put the pressure on the other team.
No, kicker's leaving the field, Kev.
Wow. Wow.
Can't get a yard? I figure then what the heck, right?
All right. All right. Power football. Double tight end. Dudek's back there for Yale on 4th and 1. Dudek, the lone setback, gets the call straight up the middle, and I think he's got the first down. He does. Dudek just running behind the right side, and they get it.
Yep, you get out there and you get behind some big guys. And
that's a confidence call by Tony Reno. That is
Cameron
saying,
Warfield,
I have confidence in our line.
And Lucas Tribble, who opened a hole with the center for the first touchdown of the game, got enough of a push there. All this time later, those 2 big guys still doing some work.
So first down for Yale at the Holy Cross 14-yard line. Dudek. Dudek gets to the outside. Dudek's a tough runner. Lowers his shoulder. And he's looking to dole out punishment at the end of each run. Gets to the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Ryan Brady has been all over the field for Holy Cross today, as he has been his entire career with the Crusaders. But that guy has a non-stop motor.
Yeah,
what a football player he is.
He's flying. He's tough. He's not. He hasn't been 100% in a while, I don't think, and he's a tough guy.
I mean, getting off blocks, how big this offensive line is. Brady sheds another block there. Dudek with a tough run. He's going to be close to a first down. Looks a little short, according to the line judge on the near side.
Dudek has 215 plus yards on the ground on 20 carries. Just went over 215 with that last touch.
3rd and short. It's Dudek again.
Oh, I don't know.
Close. He's going to be close.
He's right at the sticks.
Yeah, he is. 4th down. 4th down, the line judge says. So we're going to have another 4th down.
That's got to give you a little bit of pause if you're the Yale side.
Hat on hat, power football right now. And this is why you do all that work in the offseason, why coaches love to see their guys stay up on campus to get that weight work in and who's going to be stronger. 4th and inches. Dudek.
Did it?
He didn't get it! He did not get it! The Crusaders defense has held the fort. Brady, Stefanik, and that entire interior of the D-line.
They were fresh when they needed to be. They got the surge late. Look at that. It's down below. The big fella, the defensive tackle, crumpling the center back. Let's get a look at who that is. Is it McCardle? he gets down low at the bottom of the pile. Vorster's down there. They blew it up.
Wow.
They didn't make the tackle, they blew it up. DT's doing a good job.
What a defensive stand by Holy Cross. Incredible. In overtime, backs against the wall, 4th and inches, and the defense rises up.
You need to hang on to the football. You're already in Derek Ing's field goal range, but you need something.
Peter Oliver on first down. Oliver dropped for a loss of 2. That's good defense from Yale on the edge.
And the question is, do you make that play to change the hash mark? No, they come back. See, they stay on the mark.
And this time's Wade. Wade, good fake. Wade gets 3 or 4 yards, but gets to the middle of the field. And it appears anyway that that's what they're doing, is that they're going to set
Bob
this
Chesney's
up for the middle of the field.
He's having a chat with his kicker right now on the sideline. They see what happens. See, they're going to be conservative all the way.
Yale's loading the middle of the field right now. Oliver just got drilled in the backfield, and he loses 3 yards on the play. He was hit right as he received the ball. Good job to hold on to the football by Peter Oliver, because John Dean met him as he got the ball.
Yale did the job. Here comes the kicking team. Can the freshman Derek Ing, this will be from 42, 3 yards out, 43, 44 yards out, depends on where the John Roberts is going to spot the ball down.
Wow, 45.
Yeah, just inside 45 yards. He has this range, and he does the pressure kick at the end of every practice. We'll see.
A 45-yard field goal for the win.
Timeout coming. Holy Cross didn't really look like they were playing to pick up a first down.
Not after the first run. I think the first run, if they could have got it.
They were trying to be very conservative there. And had to pick up. Didn't want to lose yards, didn't want to lose the football. Those are the only 2 things you could really, fail on. To give yourself a chance with this field goal.
You saw Bob Chesney was out there to meet Derek Ing. He was talking with him, and then he'll just leave him alone a little bit.
Oh, I'm telling you, they torture these kickers.
I know they do.
They have guys lined up. It's like a gauntlet.
Yep.
They're all screaming and yelling. There's a snap. Chesney calls timeout on the kicker, sometimes mid-snap. And they freeze him. And they do a lot of things with him.
He wants to see who can handle the pressure in the game situation, and this is why he does it.
Can they execute
these type of situations? Derek Ing, the freshman, 45-yard field goal for the win. The kick is up, and the kick is through. Holy Cross with a walk-off win, 31-28. The Crusaders have stunned Yale.
He knew it the whole way, the freshman. He does the walk-off for the Crusaders.
What a win for Holy Cross. A walk-off win over the defending Ivy League champs. They come back from 21 points down to win it in overtime. The freshman with a clutch kick, ice water in his veins. We'll be back to wrap it up.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
With the tremendous growth of life sciences both globally and locally, we've dedicated our resources to build a strong, knowledgeable, and responsive team to meet the insurance and risk management needs of this dynamic industry.
Our personal lines team will make sure your home, your car, your personal belongings, and most importantly, your family are protected.
The Sullivan Group has the resources, the carriers, and the coverage to protect you and your business.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Coach, first win here at Holy Cross. What are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I think for these guys, man, to fight like that, to believe. Kept saying on a silent, you got to believe. You got to believe. Don't lose that belief. And to come and do what we just did there, Jeff Wade, unbelievable job. Spencer Gillen, I'm a Derek Ing at the end. But the O-line, for Jeff to be able to stand in there and throw the way he was throwing and not worry about any pressure, that's a big-time deal for those guys that you're not going to talk a lot about.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Here is the game winner, Derek King, the freshman.
He knew it all the way.
Nails it. A walk-off win. It doesn't get any more pressure-packed than that.
He kicked it, and he walked off. Watch that.
It does not get
there
any
he goes.
better.
He knew it right away. There he goes. Crusaders win 1-2. First win from the Bob Chesney era, and it's a huge win for Holy Cross. Down 14-0, Kev. Battled back, believed. They were strong in the fourth quarter. Their defense came up big as well. Bob Chesney talked about the offensive line. Defense was really good as well.
It's a building block, and you talk about Coach Chesney always says we have to get better week to week, but you have to get a building block, and eventually you have to get a win to get that belief, and for everyone to buy in, everyone is going to buy in now with a huge win. Brenna Wilson is standing by now with Derek King, the kicker. Brenna?
Derek, what was going through your mind at the end there?
Well, I mean, it was only, 40-something yards, so I knew I had it easy. I just had to make sure my head was focused and nothing was in it, and just focus on what I need to do.
Coming in, what does it mean to get your first win here at Holy Cross at the home game?
It's a great experience. Everyone came out, the fans were into it, third, fourth quarter. It was a great experience.
Awesome. Good luck for the rest of the season.
What a way for the freshman to
it was
start
only
his
45
career.
yards.
Only 45 yards. It's a chip shot, and that's the way that this freshman, Derek Ing, introduces himself to the Holy Cross fans. The home opener, and he kicks a 45-yarder to win it in overtime, 31-28. Just absolutely incredible for Holy Cross.
Yeah, Chesney's about to get nailed with the Gatorade bucket there right in the middle of the celebration. Uh-oh. Yep, got him. They got Senior. They got Chesney. Soaked. Big win for Holy Cross, Kev. And, yeah, you're right. No moral victories today. It's a win. They improved. On to next week.
A character win for the Crusaders, their first of the season as they defeat the preseason pick to win the Ivy League Yale 31-28. We're back here next Saturday. It is more Patriot League versus Ivy League action. Holy Cross taking on Dartmouth. But for now, Holy Cross coaching staff, the players, and this entire campus will savor a huge victory. 31-28 in overtime. The freshman Ing with the walk-off kick. Holy Cross wins their first of the season. For Brenna Wilson, Andy Lacombe, Sean Grady, our entire Charter TV3 crew, I'm Kevin Shea. Thanks for watching, everyone. So long from Fitton Field, where the Crusaders have their first win of 2018.